Good morning, everybody. How you doing this morning? Welcome to the show. It's your buddy Bruce here. Um, Today's date is April the 8th. It's Friday, option expiry day today. So could be an interesting day today. Kind of active, a bit volatile. We'll see how all that plays out. One step at a time. Nice to see you here. Welcome to the show, Stock Markets with Bruce, where we're trying to disseminate what's going on in the market in plain English. It's as simple as that. I'm going to do the best I can to simplify what the heck is going on out there. At the moment, to start the day, with now less than an hour to go before we open for trading, the Dow is up 119 points on the futures market. It's a point, about a third of a point, third of a percentage point higher. Okay, we'll take that. S&P is up 11 points. That's a quarter of a percent. And the NASDAQ is up 28 points, 0.19%, about a fifth of a percentage point. Oil is up $1.10 a barrel to 97.13. Now, we're watching and always are watching and trying to keep an eye on interest rates to see where things are at. I'm noticing that the 10-year U.S. Treasury is now 2.68%, pushing in towards 2.7. The German 10-year now is 0.7 of a percentage point. It was sitting at around 0.665 earlier this week. And over in Britain, the UK 10-year 1.75, still significantly behind the US rate, but it has been climbing the last little while, with the Bank of England moving up rates, definitely moving up rates. The euro was trading at 110 to the dollar, 109 to the dollar, now 108.6 to the dollar. The pound at 130 to the dollar. It was in that 131 range last week. So European vacations are a little cheaper for Americans, ever so slightly, as currencies continue to fall against the greenback at the moment. Now, if the US dollar keeps going up in value against other currencies, the good news there is that prices for Americans to import goods is cheaper. And that means lower inflationary pressures on the American economy. So obviously, if the American dollar rises in value against the euro and against the pound, then it's cheaper for Americans to buy goods. The bad news, of course, is that if the US dollar goes up against foreign currencies, that means American-made products that do get exported are more expensive for foreigners to buy. So there's that double-edged sword that the Federal Reserve keeps an eye on, the Treasury, all economists, bankers, travelers like you and I, if we're traveling. I mean, we're all watching all of these events at the same time. If the US dollar is rising in value, that means oil is more expensive, because oil settles in US dollars. That's how it's priced globally. And so that's bad news for foreigners. Bad news, not necessarily that bad news for Americans, but a higher US dollar in effect translates into a higher standard of living for Americans in a roundabout way, because again, everything for Americans gets cheaper. But you begin to get to the point where you might price yourself out of the market. We'll see. It's not like we have a massive dramatic move on the currencies right now. It's not like all these currencies are plunging against the US dollar. There's just strength there. And of course, during uncertain times, where does money go? Money goes to where it feels it's the safest place to be. And the safest place for all currencies to want to go to is the American dollar. And that's because of our wonderful friends in the United States. 350 million consumers and climbing, hungry for goods, wanting to renovate their homes, wanting to take a holiday, wanting to get a new car, wanting to get a new computer, whatever where we want. We here in North America, we love getting new stuff all the time. And in some cases, we have to get new stuff to replace our wearing out old stuff. And that's just the way it is. Have you ever thought about how many cell phones you've had since you first got your first cell phone? I mean, I remember my first 2 or 3 cell phones. And then I've kind of forgotten after that how many I've had since. I mean, it's got to be for some of you. I bet you some of you are into your 10th cell phone or 12th or 14th cell phone. I remember back in the late 90s, mid to late 90s, where there would be somebody walking down a shopping, through a shopping mall with a phone in their hand. I go, wow, look at that. They're talking on the phone while they're walking in the shopping mall. Wow. Like that, I've never seen that before. Or it's now, and I now see it in my hometown. Like, wow, even here, because we had witnessed on the news over years and years how in Tokyo and Hong Kong and mainly Asia, how many Asians were already using their cell phones wherever they were, and many people in these cities had cell phones, where in North America it was a rarity to see people walking around with cell phones. Like everybody, there was no such thing as everybody had a cell phone in 93 or 94 or 95. No. But I remember the first cell phone I ever used was the brick. Cell phones were this big, giant thing. It wasn't mine. A fellow I knew had bought this thing and had now bought a plan to use it. I think he had to sign up for 3 years, and he was paying like $175 a month or something in 1993. Paying this kind of money, you could rent an apartment. You could rent a 2-bedroom apartment in 1993 for probably $600 a month. This guy's paying $175 for a freaking cell phone that no one else had. He's all by himself. So he's calling friends at their house. He thought he was really cool. Anyway, after 6 months, he was just getting killed with the cost of this thing, and I took it off him. I said, I'll just pay the charge and use it as my business, as a business phone, because I was running around all over town. I had a sports card store, and I was always out of the store running around doing deals. And so I had this phone, and I found it kind of handy to have it, but very unhandy to use it. And of course, my first cell phone that I ever had was about this big. It wasn't very big. It was a flip phone, and very convenient, and fit it in your pocket, clip it onto your belt. Pretty innovative stuff. But within a few years, everyone I knew had a cell phone, and then we had our landline and we had our cell phone. And then shortly after that, the landline was goodbye to the home phone. No more home phone. I haven't had a landline phone 15, 20 years, more than 20 years. I mean, why would I bother with a landline? Amazing, isn't it? How it's changed. How many cell phones have you had since they came out, or since you got your first cell phone? How many versions are you into now? Has it all been the same brand the whole time? Has it always been an Apple phone? Did you used to have a Samsung? Did you have this? Did you have that? I think I utilized a cell phone. Gosh, I'm trying to remember the name of the company. In the States, we were in Palm Desert in 2000, and they came up with a cell phone that had a walkie-talkie feature between the family plans. So our daughter had a phone, my wife had the phone, I had a phone, and we could communicate that way to each other. And that company isn't around anymore. That company was picked up by, I don't know, Verizon or whoever they merged with, because of course cell phone companies have consolidated over the year. Was there a company once called Nextel, or do you remember the names of some of the cell phone companies way back when in 2000 and the late 90s? Let me know. Anyway, things have changed, haven't they? Sure have. And they got smaller. The phones got smaller, and now they're getting bigger because these aren't telephones anymore. This thing, I rarely use it as a telephone. I do talk to people on this, but not very often. The other thing I've noticed, though, in the last 5 years, what really blows me away is how poor the signal has become for telephone calls. Really poor, especially between Canada and the USA. I'll talk to Americans on this thing, and I'm amazed at how bad the communication is, how bad the connection is. It's worse than the 60s when we had landlines that were iffy. I'm really amazed by that. I'm just blown away by how, depending on where my other person is, They're into their regional phone thing. Then they have to get through to satellites, and I don't know how many times the signal has to bounce up and down over the planet to get to me. But by the time I'm getting the signal, I'm getting, 1/4 the quality of the signal, and vice versa. We can't understand each other. And this is 2022. What is with this crap communication stuff? Now, when it comes to computer online access, which is what I use this for, it's fantastic. It's fabulous. It's very reliable. Stock quotes, great, no problem. But the so-called telephone feature is substandard. It really is a substandard thing. It is great to be able to use FaceTime between Apple phone users with relatives and so on. That's nice. But it's been an interesting ride, hasn't it? Anyway, there you go. Everybody, welcome. Welcome to the show this morning. We're up 109 on the Dow, up 9.5 on the S&P, NASDAQ up 17, crude oil up 76 cents. Stocks that we are following here, let's take a look at the latest right now. I'm showing Rocket Lab up 7 cents to $8. I've got SoFi up 7 cents or so to $8.19. 438,000 traded over there. GameStop is up 46 cents to 150.46. We have been at 152, but couldn't break it. And I was wondering this morning whether or not GameStop would have a little run today. Might it attempt a little shot to the 155 and or 160 range if it could do that? I don't know if it's got it in it. Remember yesterday's low, 141. 141.57 was yesterday's low on GameStop. And could we retest that low? Yes, we can. Will we is the question. The high yesterday, 156.70. Could we try to blow out of that level and go higher? Yeah, we could. Will we? I don't know. The volume this morning is 7,600 shares. 7,600 shares pre-market. GameStop, we're not going anywhere. I'm amazed there's any green anywhere on GameStop right now. This volume, this is death. There's nothing going on. AMC down 8 cents to 19.66. There's a hint. We're not going anywhere. Matterport down 11 cents to 7.30 at the moment. 23andMe is showing a looks like a 4.999 cent gain. Let's call it a nickel. 3.48 last trade, up 5. Spire up 12 cents to 208. This is going to be interesting to see this week and next week for Spire, because we are aware that they hired a new director of investor relations. And, these people, what they want to do is make a good first impression, not only with the management that's hired them, but with the shareholders that are following this stock and following this news. And of course, the new director of investor relations, the first thing they want to do is establish their, presence. They want to announce it with authority. They want to show the world that they are the right person in the right company at the right time. And the one way you can tell whether or not an IR director is the right person can be measured by how the shares are doing, either on a volume basis, on a bid-ask spread basis, if it's a tighter market, pricing of the stock, activity, buzz. So I'm hoping in the next few weeks, as this individual settles in and gets going on their new program they want to institute for investor relations, that Spire shares will positively react, because they sure as heck can't go any lower. I mean, this individual is not coming in at the all-time high. So upside from here, I hope is a thing. 208 last trade, up 12. Keep it going. Get this thing going here. ATIP, I don't have any trading this morning. 180 was where we left off last night. The last report I had on ATIP, anything that I could tell you on ATIP was that there was a buy recommendation. I think it was Deutsche Bank, and they put a $2 price tag on the stock. So we're at 180 at the moment. Smart Rent 488. It looks like it's up a nickel. That has really been beaten down. I think we got us low into the low 450s for the low. 488 this morning. Cyxtera, this is the potential takeover company. 13.30 now in the pre-market, up a dime. We were up 71 cents yesterday to 13.20. This stock's all-time high officially is like 1350, something like that. So how will Cyxtera do this rest of like today, all next week? We'll find out. 1330 on a volume of 80 shares. So is there a whole bunch of excitement around Cyxtera? No, there is not. It traded yesterday, volume 1.8 million, which was one of its best days ever for volume. But there is no official news out here. There's no specific, people jumping up and down going, oh, look at this stock. It's going to be great. Nothing. I don't know. I do see here Credit Suisse is bullish on this data center operator amid odds. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what the deal is going to be here for Cyxtera. The company is fine. There's nothing wrong with these guys. They're growing their revenues. They are in a solid business, but the stock just doesn't have any following, and that's the issue. So maybe management is thinking, well, if we can get a nice cash buyout offer, we might accept it. If we get a merger offer that's too good to be true, we might take it. But they're exploring their situations. They're looking at the possibilities of a deal. Apple is up 15 cents right now at 172.29. We were up 31 cents yesterday. We've been gyrating a lot. I think we have pressure on Apple coming. I am convinced that the analysts out there are heads in the sand. No one wants to stand up and be the first analyst to say, you know what? Apple might not meet their targets. They might not meet their income projections. Not worried about the first 3 months of 2022. January to March will seem to be all right. But I'm worried about April, May, June, and June, July, August because of what's happening in Shanghai, what's happening in China, what's happening at factories that make parts for Apple products and the final assembly location of the factory. I'm kind of worried that maybe Apple might not get 100% perfection on deliveries. Now, if they're at 97% perfection, that would be extraordinary. In a city that's shut down, that's phenomenal. But a 3% miss in deliveries, which could translate into a 5% miss in profits, could translate into a 20% down dip on the stock, $35 a share. No one is standing up and saying, I'm predicting that. No one. It's crickets on the upgrade, downgrade Apple front. Absolute crickets, because these analysts, every single analyst, in my humble opinion, is terrified of downgrading Apple stock, because every single brokerage firm and every single pension fund, hedge fund, mutual fund, ETF, they all own Apple. They're all long Apple. And the last thing that an analyst with an investment banker wants to do is downgrade Apple or downgrade the stock performance expectations when their firm is neck in to Apple everything. And they want to get the call from Apple or the lead investment broker for Apple bonds when it's time to issue bonds for Apple so they can buy back more stock. Remember, Apple has 170 billion in cash sitting offshore that they're not bringing back to the USA. They're borrowing money in the USA to access their $175 billion, but they're not bringing it back to America because they have to pay a 30% tax on that money. So screw the American taxpayer. We're not doing that. We're going to keep our money offshore. We're going to keep the jobs offshore where we make our phones, and we're an American company. We're going to borrow money from American bankers, investors, pension funds, hedge funds. We're going to borrow all this money to buy back our stock, to keep our stock elevated, because we keep delivering on results. Except if your factory is shut down and the factories that supply goods to your factory is shut down. If you have interruptions over there, how are you going to meet your numbers? You may have the demand for the phone, the iPhone, the MacBook Pro, all that. You've got the demand. But if you can't deliver the product, then you have back orders. Back orders aren't cash in the bank. future cash in the bank, which means this quarter you're not delivering, next quarter you're not delivering, the quarter after that you might not be delivering what you could be delivering. And this is where the markets are wondering, hey, wait a minute, are we missing something here? What companies will be affected by this virus in China versus not? And by the way, isn't this virus a thing of the past? I mean, aren't all the countries of the world loosening restrictions? And can't I just go wherever I want in Florida and Texas and other states and do whatever I want and think whatever I want, and not worry about this virus anymore? Because it doesn't exist anyway, really. It's all just, it's all fake news. So everything should be fine. Well, then why is it that China has these lockdowns then? What are they just doing this for fun? I don't think they're doing this for fun. This is affecting China's exports and its economic forecasts dramatically. And it's already screwed up their entire real estate market because China's got problems with their domestic real estate market. This does not make it go away and make it any better. There's a problem here. Houston, they got a problem, and we're going to have to watch and see what gives here. All right, so maybe Apple will be under pressure. Maybe an analyst will step up and come up and boldly say, you know what? I have a suspicion that Apple might not meet their targets or our targets that we've set on the company. It won't be Apple admitting that they can't deliver because Apple hasn't been giving forecasts, but we've been giving forecasts, and all of a sudden our forecasts are out of whack. Could Apple stock be in the 150s instead of the 180s in the next 3 months? That is the question. I don't know. So writing options on it might be a very good move to make. Writing 175s for like a month and a half, 2 months to bring in a fat premium right now might be the strategy. Shares drift between 160, 65, 170. These 175s will quickly shrink, and 50% gain will come your way or more in a pretty quick hurry. Obviously, every week that goes by is an advantage to you. Check your option chains on Apple. Goldman it was down 2 last night and is sitting at 314 right now, unchanged apparently. They were this morning up to 316, but they've come back to the 314 level. Got as low yesterday as 308 on Goldman. Ridiculous. Trading at 5.29 earnings. Earnings next week, Thursday, will be released by Goldman Sachs. Earnings season starts next week on Wall Street in earnest, and the banks are the first guys to report. So Goldman next week, Thursday, will report. Right now, the shares are, well, at the moment, up 85 cents to 315. Now, will the stock pop up from here? Because it has been crushed from the 420 range to the 310, 15 range. Will the stock pop to 350, 370 on mediocre results or good results or anticipated better results as the year goes on because interest rates are going to go higher and their margins will grow and blah, blah, blah? I'm wondering. I do not forecast and estimate and foresee the shares going to 200 a share. I just cannot believe that. But between now and next Thursday, we're going to find out. Cisco down 4 cents to 54.59. Do not fear upside right there. Tesla is 1,051, down $5. They opened their Texas plant yesterday. They opened Berlin last month. Cars are going to come off the line, but Shanghai is closed or is severely restricted right now. So, good, bad, good, bad. ARK Innovations, ARKK, down 32 cents to 62.34 right now. Microsoft down 62 cents to 300 a share. We were 315 3-4 days ago. We were 295 not too long ago. I don't know if 305 even is the upside right now. There might be more downside pressure on Microsoft. Bed Bath Beyond up 7 cents to 19.94. The Orion Cohen factor is not helping, and of course, with Mr. Cohen famously not speaking, you're not going to hear any news on Bed Bath and Beyond. Maybe, I don't know. That's the big mystery. It's becoming a mystery stock, just like GameStop. Pfizer down 20 cents to 54.96. Had a big run yesterday, up 229. I can see a $1 pullback without any trouble here. even $2 over the next week might be doable. We might be back to the 52, 53 level in the next week or so. It's gone too far too fast. I don't know if it really deserved to go up 10% in value in 3 days. Having a problem with that. There it is, 151.05 now on your GameStop with 32 minutes left to go. Volume on GameStop, 8,100 shares. 8,100 shares. So you tell me what kind of volume that is. I call that zero interest in the stock right now, yet it's up $1. I just get the impression that no one wants to play right now. No one's interested in playing. And we'll just have to see when we open up for trading how many investors are under pressure to sell for margin calls or whatever reasons or whatever situation. I don't know. We'll find out, and how many need to buy and for whatever reason they need to buy, and then we'll know what's going on. Was there going to be an up day or a down day on GameStop today? I really wonder. Alrighty, there it is. I don't know. Let's see what's going on. People are wondering if SoFi is going to pop. I might write call options on this SoFi. People are comparing what their averages are on SoFi. Good morning, all of you, including Joe, Maximus Optimus. Welcome. Nick is saying, hey, I'm thumbs up number 82 for you, buddy. Thank you, Nick, for being here. Good to see you, pal. Hopefully making some money today. What else is going on here? Bruce has been wrong about GameStop for weeks, says Dave Richards. Bruce is just wrong all the time. He doesn't know what he's doing. Why is he still on the air? I mean, what's going on? Let's see. What else is going on? I love it how people love me. Oh man, what else is going on? I don't know. Any other comments worth reading, or does everyone hate me today? My brokerage accounts are so negative, says Joe. It's embarrassing. Thankfully, my 401k has, and pension's doing right. I do hope 2023 is a nice turnaround. Here's a noob question from Aaron. Look, the 4 options market. Wouldn't it be good to write a put against SoFi right now? Why not write a put on SoFi? And the stock goes up, the puts are worthless. Thank you very much for the premiums. Well, that's the key word. Premiums. Can you get any kind of a premium on an $8 something stock? Probably not enough in it for you. Probably not. You're probably better off just buying the stock itself. Instead of you putting up money for a cash secured put, which is $8,000 or whatever it is, just buy the stock, or $800 a contract. Buy $800 worth of stock, $850 worth of stock. No expiry date on that. That's what I'm wondering. Shez, you know what? I'm thumbs up number 102. Welcome, sir. Nice to have you here. Nice to see you, everybody. KW, happy Friday. Now there's what I'm looking for. Happy people, happy times. Yeah. Welcome, everybody. We're here for Friday, and we're looking for a decent day. Don't know if we're going to get an up day or not. We're up 67 on the Dow, but we're slipping back right now. We're up 2 points on S&P, not very encouraging. And NASDAQ is negative 14 points. So as we are coming into the market, 29 minutes to go, the market seems to be lowering its expectations. Oil up $1.18 right now. That's where we're at. Okay, interesting. Thank you, Uncle B. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Vilbus. I'm number 110 checking in, by the way. Right on, buddy. Thank you for being the number 110 thumbs upper today for this channel today. I appreciate it. There you go, guys. That is our opening situation at the moment. We will see what this market brings us. Thank you, all of you out there who are subscribers to this channel, members of this channel. We're going members only now for commentary. Membership has its privileges here, and one of them is commenting on our shows and asking me whatever you want to ask me about the markets. I'll do the best I can to address your calls and concerns, strategies, and what have you. In plain English, if I can do it, I'll do it. Thank you all. 122 thumbs ups. Thank you guys for 122 thumbs ups. I appreciate this. It's nice to see those already in here. Thank you, one and all. Welcome to the party, pal. All of you who are here, men and women, I'm glad you're with us today for Friday, April the 8th, 2022. GameStop 150.99 up 99 cents on 8,200 shares. Man, oh man. Um, there we go. Alibaba stock is getting hurt by China's COVID-19 outbreak. 4 reasons to be optimistic. An article in Barron's says. Yeah, I tell you, I am not convinced that I would want to be a shareholder in any stock to do with China whatsoever. These guys changed their minds about disclosing financial reports. They are secretive when it comes to shareholding identities, who owns what, and I understand why. Because when you have a corrupt government and you've got payoffs under the table to all these government officials for licensing fees and permitting fees, I mean, come on, it's a mafia organization in a disguise of a government. What do you expect? You got to be crazy to want to buy stock in these Chinese outfits. You're the last to know. You're not even buying shares. You're buying depository receipts that represent shares. I mean, you are so out of the loop when it comes to ownership and any kind of shareholder rights. Forget about it. But with the pandemic running rampant in China and only a 40 to 45% effectivity or effective vaccine rate in China, we're talking 1.3 billion people, of which 700 million have a vaccine that is not working. Hello, do you think the virus is having a field day in China right now? It's having a wonderful time. We're only getting partial reports out of these cities as to what's really going on. There are reports out here that we're hearing about where there are people in Shanghai desperately trying to reach out for help through non-official government sources, because through the government sources, everything is so heavily censored that you can't tell the world or your relatives through internet that you're out of food, or that your pet doesn't have any pet food, or my wife and I have been removed from our apartment. We're in a hospital, and our pet birds and cats and dogs are left behind, and no one is there to feed them. Can you help us? So these folks are reaching out through any other means they can. In other words, underground internet connections. They're trying everything. They're desperate to get the word out that they need help because they have been stifled by their own government. And so you think some of these folks might work for the supply chain system that Alibaba is involved in, of the millions of items that you can buy from Chinese factories through Alibaba? Do you think it is possible that many of those factories are, one, completely shut down, two, partially working at partial capacity, or three, of those millions of places and factories and companies and products that you want to buy, that a certain number of those items you want to get are not being made right now because some of the components are made by factories that are shut down, and the assembly plants are now being shut down on furlough because they have no parts to finish their job. And you put an order in through Alibaba and you don't get your goods because you want a new shirt with there are no buttons. The buttons are on back order. Or you want a pair of shoes and so the shoes just aren't coming out of the factory. You want whatever it is you're getting from these guys is just delayed. I am telling you, these public companies in China, there are going to be nasty earnings misses coming up, where they just miss on their revenues, they miss on their earnings, and they can't give guidance because it is utterly impossible to verify and double check on the reliability of the China economy right now, where not only are the factories shut down, the parts manufacturers are shut down, the shippers are shut down, and they're shutting down entire ports when they come across viruses in the ports. It's completely down the line, complete dysfunction, and utterly impossible to see a transparent view of what's really going on. So you're on your own, man. You want to buy China stock, you are out of your mind, in my humble opinion, because you're buying into a mucky pot of soup. You have no idea what's in the bottom of that bowl. And put your stick in there to stir it, and the stick might come off with something missing on it. I tell you, ugly stuff, really ugly, ugly stuff. And I'm trying to put a pretty spin on it for you on Apple. That, well, maybe, the stock will drop 5 or 10%, maybe 20%. I don't know. Is this going to be a 6 month nightmare out of Shanghai and all the cities around it? And we know. I mean, let's be honest. And I know that if someone came up to you right now and said, "Hey, tell me the name of as many cities in China as you can," and you'd sit there and go, "Well, there's Beijing, the capital, and then there's Shanghai, and then there's Hong Kong. There's another city, and then there's can you name the other 30 cities, 50 cities with at least 5 million people? Come on, I'm waiting. You can't do it. I can't do it. Can you name the provinces of China? I don't know any. I don't know. I don't know this stuff. I'm ignorant to this. 1.3 billion people, and we're being led to believe that Shanghai's 25 million people are on lockdown, kind of, sort of, and there's issues. That's it. That's the story. That's all you're getting. We're not getting anything else from anywhere else, because these other cities are cut off from any outside news whatsoever. No Western journalist is allowed into any of these places because of travel restrictions. And so you're not going to be able to talk to anyone. And if you did talk to the mayor of city whatever with 8 million people in it, what do you think that mayor's going to tell you? You ever get a chance to visit this person? Never. Never going to get an audience with this person. If you read the press release out of City Hall, it's just wonderful. China's the greatest country in the world. Xi Jinping's the greatest guy of all time, or whatever his name is. Xi is the greatest guy of all time. What a great place to live. Damn Americans are scum. I mean, what do you think you're going to get? Getting nothing. People actually, what blows my mind is that Jamie Dimon, JP Morgan, Goldman, Bank of America, many other investment bankers head over there to do business. They want to go over there and do hundreds of billions of dollars of business with these guys. And their sole objective in life over there is to become the number one dominant country on the planet, which means America, you're the enemy. And here are all these American bankers just going over there, helping them to raise cash and do bond deals and IPO arrangements and all kinds of wonderful, wonderful business transactions, because it's a big, fat, juicy market. And they've exploited the American market to the nth degree. They've cornered most of the IPO market for themselves. They've got Congress not investigating any shenanigans going on in Wall Street. We're not going to have any of that. We get a Republican-led Congress coming up in 7 months, and you have a Republican-led Senate coming up in the next 7 months in the midterms. Do you think there is going to be any investigations into any Republican-leaning business organization? Oh, come on, please. There will be nothing. Everything will be quiet. What are we going to get for the next 2 years? As soon as the midterms are held, it goes to the Republican side. We're going to have investigations into Hunter Biden for 2 years. We're going to have investigations into any Democrat that they can come up with to investigate into a Democrat, whatever. I mean, come on. Everything will stop dead in its tracks for 2 years until the presidential election, and we get to watch all the crap of 2 years of a presidential election. Oh, are we going to have fun or what? You think the markets are going to hit new all-time highs with this going on? Total dysfunction in Washington starting in November of this year. Your markets are going to take a dump like you cannot believe, because money goes to where money can be made. Money doesn't hang around where it ain't fun anymore. And if it isn't going to be fun in the USA, we're going somewhere else. And that is the way of how money works. And so, kids, if you're writing options, you couldn't be in a better place. Option writers are going to have a field day this next 7 months with all the uncertainty of the midterms. Then the results come in, and who knows if it is a Republican House and a Democratic Senate, or a Republican Senate and a Democratic House and a Democratic White House, dysfunction all over the place. Mitch McConnell running the Senate again, and any one justice gets ill and has to resign their seat in the Supreme Court. Guess what Mitch is going to do? We're not confirming a new judge until the next presidential election. We'll wait 2 years because there's no mandate for the President of the United States to put a new justice into the White House at this time. We need to do another election. You remember that? Does that ring a bell to you guys? We're going to have a problem in the markets. The good times are over real soon. And right now it starts with China and its dysfunctional economy and its dysfunctional attack on this virus. And of course, compound it all on top of everything else with the Russians slaughtering Ukrainians left, right, and center. And the Chinese backing them all the way because it's America's fault. It's America that is causing all these problems. Those darn Americans and their independent ways just making it all bad. And there you go. So here we go. Fun times. We're just simpletons, you know. We're just simpletons. Scott, welcome to the show. Number 122. Jennifer, love you. Thank you for being here. The True Repairman. Welcome back, pal. That's nice to have you here. WD, number 146 on the thumbs up meter. Thank you so much for being here, guys. We're going to open red. We're opening red. It looks like it. Where are we at? We're only up 33 points on the Dow with 16 minutes to go. We're slipping. We're negative 275 on S&P. We're negative 46 on NASDAQ. Oil is up 98 cents a barrel. So we're giving up some ground. Gamestop 150.10, up a dime, 9,600 volume. We were just down to the 147, 148 range. Here we are, 149.10, down 90 cents on GameStop. We're not going anywhere. I don't really think so. We might be going red. Anyway, can we just all get along and make money? Well, let's try it. Let's try to make money. Like I say, Rob, by the way, you're here. Welcome. You're a writer, you're going to make money. There's no doubt about it in my mind. If you're an option writer and you pick your spots like I've been trying to train you to do, you are going to make money. And many of you, I think what's happening already, what's been happening lately, and what's going to happen going forward, a whole bunch of you out there have been saying to yourself, boy, wouldn't it be great if I could become self-employed and, not work for my boss anymore and just write options and make a living doing that. You've all talked about it and hoped it would happen. But you've had your doubts because you've never done this before. This is all new territory for you. And you're nervous about, should I really get into this or should I stay away? When it's something new like this, you have to assess and you have to put your toe in the water and try this and try that, try this. But I think that a bunch of you have already, in the last few months, have been pleasantly surprised at just how easy you're finding it to write options and score on these depreciating contracts that just evaporate into zeros. I know some of you have your own technique to write contracts, which again, I'm happy to, if I've helped you find the technique, I'm thrilled about it. I've talked about how an idea to do a way to make money on an option market is you write an out of the money call with about 4 weeks to go, but you buy it back when it only has 2 weeks left to live, or it has 3.5 weeks to live when you write it. It has 1 week to live when you buy it back. And so every week or two, you're buying back calls that you wrote way over here. Now they're down to here. And this time shrinkage is absolutely paying you ridiculous money to make the move. Now, I get asked all the time, how much money do I need to be self-employed so I don't have to work for anybody? Well, the question of what's your budget? That's the answer is how much do you need to make? If you can live on $3,000 a month You can live on 5,000, 7,000. You have a family and you got 3 kids and you got a mortgage on your house. You got a rental property and you got a mortgage on that. And the rental income is iffy or not. You've got a couple of car payments. You got some credit card. You're going to need more money. I mean, obviously. And so you might need to rearrange your finances, perhaps home equity, to build up enough capital to do the option writing program to make a meaningful difference to your life with regards to income coming in. But at the end of the day, if the end result and the end goal is to be self-employed, to retire early, you're 48, you're 53, you're 57, you want to stop working now, this next year you want to be out of the workforce and you'd like to be self-reliant, you want to start traveling in your 40s and 50s and, you know, be mobile as an option writer, you're going to need to rearrange your financial existence. I mean, it doesn't happen because you want it to. You have to make it happen. And so you might hire me up for 1 hour on a private consultation to kind of go over where you're at and what you got and what your choices are and what your options are and which way to rearrange your life, to begin to set up enough of an arsenal of capital to write call options against, whether it's permanent covered call strategies or buying stock to write options against, and figuring out a budget as to what you're going to generate, what you need to generate, and how you're going to do it. And those of you who are really going to do this, you are going to go all in. You are going to dedicate yourselves to this cause, and you're going to make this happen. And I'm more than happy to help advise you on that area, because I think that you'll be shocked at how little capital you actually need to be self-reliant on your own investments. Like time and time again, over all of my lifetime, I was told by adults, by senior in market advisors, by financial gurus out there, all the bank commercials we used to watch and all the mutual fund commercials we used to get all the time. You know, you kind of need $1 million or $2 million. You know, you need a couple of $1 million before you can retire. And when you're 28 years old and 34 years old and you still got student debt and you're just starting out with a new family and you're renting in a condo or you're renting an apartment or you're renting a house and you're driving an 8-year-old car that you still had when you graduated, I mean, you're thinking, how the hell am I getting out from under being broke, let alone saving for retirement? 10 years later, you're in your mid 30s, late 30s, and you've pounded away for years and years and years, and you've hopefully not been laid off during the time you started the workforce, and your better half, same thing, and both of you are healthy, the kids are healthy, and you're growing and prospecting forward, and you're starting to build equity, maybe in a house you bought 5 years ago, a fixer-upper, whatever it was. And then there are those of you in your 40s who've just gone, hey, I've built up $150,000 of equity in my life. I've got $150,000 of equity. After 20 years, I've finally got to this level. But I'll tell you right now, I can't keep up this pace. I can't keep working the way I've been working. I can't keep putting in these hours. My wife and I, it's costing us relationship-wise. It's costing us with our relationship with our kids. We're having behavioral issues here. This isn't working anymore. This is just not sustainable. We've got to make a change. And then the virus shows up and, oh my gosh, has it changed us? But many of you are coming around here going, this guy keeps talking about how I can get away from these chains around my throat. I can get out of this? Really? And, it might be... I'm making $500 a month writing options. Never thought I could do that before. I've never heard of writing options before. I started doing it and I was making $500 a month. And then I got a little more into it. And some of you are saying I'm making $1,000 a month from doing this. I'm making $1,000 every 3 weeks. I'm making $1,500 a month. I'm making $1,000 a week, like Bobby's saying. I'm making $1,500 a week. I'm making $4,000 a month doing this. I never thought this was even possible. And what's blowing many of you away is when you do make $3,000 on a trade or $2,000 or $4,000 in a month, you realize you're making absolute shavings of money off of this massive market that exists, this multi tens of billions of dollars market of option markets that exist. You're shaving off hundreds of dollars here, hundreds of dollars there, a couple of thousand over there, a couple of thousand. That's all you're doing. You're not a player. You're not like a dominator of the market. You're just part of a gigantic market, taking your shavings off the top. And you remind yourself, how much do I need to live on? How much is the net nut here to survive? We can bring in 3,000 to 5,000 a month. We're well on our way to not having to work for anybody. If we can bring in 5,000 to 10,000 every month, what do we need a job for? I can now dedicate my full-time time to being a better option writer. I can really look for the nuances here and play it that way. And or I now am going to work on the side. I'm making options as my primary living, and I have a gig on the side that I do because I like this gig on the side, but it doesn't interfere with my options trading. There's the ultimate freedom. And again, those of you who want to retire early, you're walking away from that ridiculous crap job and you're trading full time. Those of you who want to travel full time, be retired, or you want to become a nomad for a while in an RV or whatever it is you want to do. You want to be a nomad with a backpack. You're 38 years of age. You're 44. You're 46. The kids are in college. Mom and dad are going on traveling. The kids are in the house. Kids are in the house, and mom and dad are traveling for 3-month trips at a time. Going to be home for 2 or 3 months. Then we're gone for 2 or 3 months. We're home for 2 or 3 months. And mom and dad are managing their affairs with this around the world, wherever they want, whenever they want, the way they want. Welcome to the channel. If I can help you get to that level, and that's what it is you're after, I'm thrilled for you. I really am, because I don't know where else you can go on YouTube. I can't refer you. I can't think of 10 other channels to send you to go, oh yeah, there's a guy just like me. Do this, do that. I'm a unique guy. For a lot of people out there, it doesn't work. People listen to me and look at me and go, no, I can't do what that guy's talking about. That doesn't make sense to me. Fair enough. It's not for everybody. That's why out of all the option players out there, the millions and millions and millions of people and entities and institutions that are in the options market, less than 10% are in the writing of options. And I would bet you less than 5% of all option players are truly writing options to make money as a living. There might be some institutions writing options from time to time to enhance and ensure their stock, but individuals like yourselves who are writing options to actually live off their money, it's 1 in 20, if that. You might be 1 in 50 of the option world that actually do it. And the key now is to understand how the options work. And that's what we're here for. So thank you all for being here. We're 2 minutes away from opening. Should stop talking about that and just get ready to open. Thank you for checking out my lessons on my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. You want to learn how to write options? You want to know how these work? Get over there and check my classes out. You'll find the links up here on the website, classes. There are 12 classes over there. Check them out one at a time whenever you want. Learn the options game and start writing options and make yourself some money like these folks right here that are doing this every day, 5 days a week. And some of them talk to me all the time. Some of them rarely talk to me. I get a lot of messages privately on my private email as well. There's money in them there hills, and it's available for the taking. Get your share and don't be left out. Thank you all for being here. Sextero 1330 now up 70.76%. Not much going on there. Getting ready to open this market up in a few moments, and we'll see what the markets have in store for us today. Going into the opening, we're up 18 on the Dow. We were up 100 plus about an hour ago when I started talking. We're now 15 on the Dow. We're down 4.7 on S&P. We're down 52 on the NASDAQ. Oil is up 48 cents right now to 96.51. So it looks like this week is a down week for the markets as a whole. Crude will be down for the second week in a row, maybe third week in a row. We've backed off from that 120 fear range to now 96.50, and I don't even know if oil is worth that. There is so much oil sloshing around. We can't store it all. We really can't store it all. And if we have an economy slowing up just a little bit because the Fed wants to keep inflation under control, we're going to use less oil. And if we use less oil with all this oil available, down goes the price. No matter what happens in Ukraine, down goes the price. Anyway, there is the story. We are now 2 minutes away from running this thing. We'll see what we got going on here. Welcome all of you to the show. I'm proud of so many of you who were able to steal Sofi shares yesterday. Sofi shares were being stolen at under $8 a share. Incredible. The low eights were closing at $8.12 last night on the Sofi. The morning indicator right now, just pre-market indicators on stocks, we're down 3 on Rocket Lab, down a nickel on Sofi. We're looks like unchanged on GameStop at 150, down 8 on AMC, Matterport down 19. We're up on 23andMe, looks like 7 cents. We're up on Spire, also about 7 cents. HIP is off like 4 cents. We're up 2 pennies on SmartRent, up maybe a dime on Cyxtera. That seems to be the indicator there. The Apple is down 36 cents, Goldman down 36, Cisco up 9, Tesla down $13. ARC Innovations up 70, ARC down 70, Microsoft down 68, Bed Bath & Beyond down 8 cents, and Pfizer down a dime at 55.06. We're a minute away from opening, and we're going to find out how this market wants to handle this Friday morning, April the 8th, 2022, option expiry day yet again. Get ready, and let's see what's going on. Bobby Atkinson, I'm a workhorse. Even if I could write at home all day, I'd still find a job. However, writing is making Freedom 55 a thing. There you go. Triple G scooped up more Sofi and Rocket Lab again, dropping costs. That's what I'm doing. Way to go, you guys. What can I say? And here we are. Scott, I have a modest $1,000 a week goal, which what's nuts is that I don't have a large account. It's about 50 grand, and I'm meeting that goal. 1,000 a week. That's doubling your money in a year, taking 50,000, turning into 100. That turns into 2,000 a week at the same ratio a year from now. And that takes you 200 grand the next year, which now means you're making 200,000 a year. It is, what Scott's doing is very conservative, and it's paying beautifully. Man, I'm telling you, it is so exciting to get these messages from people who are telling me, wow, man, am I happy with where this is going. I'm really, really, Jack Bruce, you've changed my life, and I see the future in a whole different way than I thought 6 months ago, 3 months ago. I'm not thinking the way I used to think at all. This is incredible. Welcome all. And this is not a new thing, by the way. What I'm talking to you about option writing, this isn't new. It's been going on since the 80s. It's just it's a closed club of very few pros who've been doing it. I'm just trying to bring it to your attention, and I'm glad it's happening. Anyway, thank you everybody for being here. We're now up and running. The Dow is up 15 points. Now it's up 27. We've got early indications down 3 on S&P, down 47 on NASDAQ. We're just starting to trade. I've got GameStop indicating 147.72, it looks like. Watching for that to settle in. We'll see what's going on. We've got Cyxtera at 13.15, down a nickel. The Dow up 30 now. Our Rocket Lab up a penny. Sofi at 803, down 9. Now 806, down 6 cents on 1.77 million at the moment to open the morning. GameStop 147.54 on 58,000 shares. Just nothing there. 147.41, down 259. AMC 19.25, down 48 cents to open the day on 1.19 million. Not great. Matterport 731, down a dime. Matterport 730 down 11. ME 341 down 2 cents. Spire unchanged. Highcroft Mining 190 down 9 cents. ATIP off a half a penny. Smart Rent down 6 cents. Pfizer down 9 pennies. Robinhood at 11.53. We were holding 13 and reached 16 last week. We're 11.53 on Robinhood, down 54 cents. Vanik down 280. Home Depot down 8 cents. IBM down 53. Microsoft down $1.50 to $299.90. Apple down $1 to $171. Goldman down 31 cents. Reluctant to give up ground. Cisco down 11. Facebook down 120. Amazon off 23. Tesla's off $15, and Google off 15 as well. That's the early indicators. The Dow right now only up 7 points, with the S&P down 9.5. Nasdaq down 84. Nasdaq is down 0.6 of a percentage point. The S&P 500 down 1/5 of a point. Dow now is unchanged and just went negative 1/5 of a point. And so we're red on all markets at the moment. Let's see here. What's going on? Yeah, USA looking to Canada, shipping more oil by rail, according to media reports. That can easily be done. There are rail cars available between Canada and the USA to ship oil to the States. Canada would be delighted to send the United States 1 million, 2 million barrels a day more if only the Biden administration would allow the last 5 miles of pipelines to be completed over the border. But they don't want to do that. So the oil is in Canada, and the only way to get it down there is, well, not the only way. There are pipelines between our countries. It's just that there are new pipelines waiting to be connected that aren't being connected. So, talk to your congressman and then talk to your senator. What can I say? 146.12 on GameStop, down 388, 146.07. This looks to me like the low of the day at the moment. We hit 141 yesterday. We're at 146.20 right now on GameStop. That is the deal. We're down 2 points on the Dow, 12 on S&P, and 105 on NASDAQ to start the morning off at this point in time. AMC is off 60 cents. That is definitely showing the direction where we're headed. $19.13 on AMC. It hit $34 a week and a half ago on AMC. We have given up not quite 50% on AMC. It's close. When it hits 17 something, that is a 50% haircut on AMC, and they raised zero money for their treasury when it hit 34. They didn't raise a dime doing anything. So, guys, AMC is still $5 billion in debt. I just don't know what to say. It is what it is. Rob is saying, those 150s I wrote yesterday for $9, they're now $6. What a good week for writing calls, man. Yes, it has. And many of you are in this position and are going to do even better. Absolutely. What can I say? 145.67 now, 144.39 on GameStop. We're dropping again. 144.26 is the low trade of the day. 144.50 I'm showing going through right now as we are backing up on GameStop relatively quickly, down $5.50 a share. And Francisco's, what's happening? Open looked boring, and in 5 minutes we went off the cliff. There was a dead cat bounce going on this morning, and the cat has finished bouncing, and we're going lower. We're down 13 on the Dow, 13 on S&P, 117 lower on NASDAQ. Oil is up 8 cents to 96.11, and there you got him. Rob got him back for 5.55. We'll wait for another pop, and then I'm going to write him again. Rob is making money. Way to go, buddy. Scoring some deals. Why not? Well, let's see what the reaction is. The stock with 144.77 on GameStop. It's not trading very heavily. The GameStop shares have traded 195,000 shares. This is hardly Custer's last stand here. There's no support. There isn't 5 million wanted, and so the stock can drift lower. It just going to. We're down 13.8 on the Dow here. Cyxtera is down 3 to 1317. Rocket Lab 785 down 8. SoFi 798. 794 right now, down 18 cents. Opportunity knocks. GameStop 144.88. AMC 1905 down 68 cents. Matterport 712 down 29. ME at 338 down a nickel. Spire 195 down a penny. Hycroft Mining now 189. That was 330 to 350 2 weeks ago at 350 million shares a day. We're now 189 on Hycroft Mining. ATIP 179 down a penny. Smart Rent down 16 cents to 467. Pfizer down 35 cents to 54.81. So the red is coming through. The Dow at this second in time looks like it's down about 4 points, 2 points, something like that. All righty. Let's see here. Wavy Gravy. I'm going to write another 145 next Friday. Yesterday afternoon before the small pop, I got 937 for it. I think I'll offer the same 555. I'll be prepared to buy them back down there. Rob, Wavy, if that dips to 141 again, you should get it. There you go. 144.89 on GameStop at the moment, down $6.11. And we are 8 minutes into the session, and GameStop is down that much. So it's got to make you wonder. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. Can GameStop break 141? Sure it can. Yeah, it could get into 130s at any time. We might be at 137, 138 in the next 5 minutes if another sell wave comes in. And if that doesn't help you, I don't know what will. A lot of you have written 60s, 170s, 180s, 190s, 200. Way to go. And score big fat premiums on your GameStop options. Nice way to pay bills. Other people gambling, and they're handing you money left, right, and center. Take the dough. We're down 2.5 on the Dow right now. We were indicating a 100-point gain an hour and a bit ago. Not there. We were looking at a big gain on all the indexes. All whittled away. NASDAQ now down 121, which is a 0.88 of a percentage point. So, the Dow should be down about 250 right now to match the negative market on NASDAQ. So we've got downward pressure here. NASDAQ is not recovering. There you go. What else is going on? Kramer says that 23andMe is too speculative. Just buy it and put it away. Interesting. Wavy Gravy. I wrote another 145 next Friday. Right on, we've done this, so let's keep moving here. Did anyone see Obama Baby? Anyone see where at the Bitcoin conference Warren Buffett was called a psychopath grandpa? Well, yeah, he's one of the richest men in the world, and he's a psychopath at 90-something. Oh, okay, fair enough. Vernon, SoFi made Times list of 100 most influential companies for 2022, yet it's trading at less than $8. Isn't that amazing? It is absolutely amazing. We're down 31 on the Dow now. We're definitely pushing red now. 17-point drop on the S&P and 140-point drop on the NASDAQ. So we're down 46 on the Dow. We're definitely going red now. The Dow's trying to catch up with the other markets on the down dip. Oil up 21 cents to 96.20. We're down 7 cents on Cyxtera. Rocket Lab at 776, down 17. SoFi 789, down 23 cents. GameStop 145 now, 144.85 at the moment, down 5.15. AMC $18.92, down 81 cents and falling. Matterport 704 down 37, ME 331 down 11, Spire 191.9 down 4.1 cents. Hycroft Mining 185 a share, down 15 cents. ATIP down half a penny. Smart Rent down 26 cents to 457. That is another near the low of all time, isn't it? Yep, it touched 451 just a minute ago. Low of all time on Smart Rent. Absolutely incredible. This company cannot install their systems fast enough to keep up with the orders coming in from landlords. These guys are busting at the seams in business. They're adding subscribers and clients left, right, and center. Their cash flow numbers keep getting upgraded. They keep revamping their forecasts higher. Stock is hitting its all-time low because the market conditions are so negative against growth stocks that this is being thrown out with the baby is being thrown out with the bathwater. That's what's going on. Smart Rent, 458. This is going to be such a winner. This is like a utility, this company. These guys, once you install a Smart Rent system in your house, you will never, ever not pay them. Your insurance company will guarantee that. Your insurance on your home, your condo, your apartment block. I mean, landlords that have insurance on $25 million, $200 million, $300, $800 million structures. They install Smart Rent in all of the units on every floor. The insurance premiums are so lowered so much, it more than pays for the Smart Rent system. In other words, Smart Rent is free to the landlord. They actually save money installing it by having it from their insurance premiums, because the insurance company is going, we're not going to charge you as much for insurance if you got a Smart Rent system in every unit in the building. Why would we do that? We'll give you a lower rate because Smart Rent will detect water leaks. You know how many millions and billions of dollars are handed out in insurance claims on water leaks? These insurance companies are going, this is a security system, a fire system, a water leak system. It is an energy control system for temperature, air conditioning, heat. It allows access to the building. It allows access to parking structures, allows access to recreation facilities. It allows the unit person, the person with the unit, to control their unit from wherever they are off their smartphone. This Smart Rent thing is a fabulous, fabulous system. We find that if there's any shenanigans going on in the hallways, the Smart Rent systems pop up on all the units in the hallway. The cameras turn on every front door. The elevator systems, the lobby systems, it all kicks in. And the police are called and they take the troublemakers away, and the insurance company doesn't have any claims because no one breaks into any of these units because you can't even get to that level. Unbelievable. The stock's at all-time lows. So there you go. Sometimes you just can't make a mousetrap good enough for the investment community to get excited. But this is a classic example of a company like Smart Rent that has no Wall Street backers. Why would Goldman Sachs recommend you buy Smart Rent? Why would JP Morgan tell you to buy Smart Rent? Why would Bank of America tell you to buy Smart Rent? What's their interest in it? They didn't underwrite the company. They're not helping them raise money. They don't need money. They have $400 million in the bank. Cash. They can't keep up with orders. The company is valued at $900 million right now. They got $400 million cash. So you tell me what's going on. It's ridiculous. I do what I can. We're down 85 points on the Dow. You buy it and you forget it. And that's how this game is played. We're now on GameStop 145.04, 146.01. We're jumping around here. We're down $4 or $5. The Dow down 88, S&P down 18, NASDAQ down $118. AMC at 18.94, down 79 cents. And that's where we're at, guys. It is wild. It is wacky. And what can I say? Some things make sense and a lot don't. And that is where we're at right now. SoFi 788. Wow. Wavy is saying to Rob, do you think we're going to see 130 today on that GameStop? Anything's possible. Miraculous. 208 thumbs ups. Good morning. So I'm just getting caught up with everything. I thought stocks only went up. What am I seeing? Buying opportunities. You're seeing buying opportunities. You're seeing what Warren Buffett sees. This is how, when Warren Buffett sees what I'm looking at right now, what I'm telling you what's going on, Warren Buffett would lick his chops and go, oh, this is good. Oh, Smart Rent at 460. Oh, SoFi at 796. Oh, this is good stuff. Yeah, these are the prices where Warren Buffett just goes, oh yeah. When he was in his 30s and his 40s, he was thinking, I'm going to buy this stuff, and in 20 years from now, untold billions more of my net worth will be made from this stuff. I'm going to get in early, way down here, exactly when everyone is at their wits' end and are really upset and throwing in the towel. I will be the guy picking this stuff up and going, thank you, may I have another? And yeah, I'll just wait this out. And this will go into my estate, and my children and grandchildren will just benefit, and charities around the world will just benefit greatly from the untold billions that he will make as he bought into all of these stories way back when. Here you are. Some of you can become thousandaires by buying a few of these shares. Some of you can become 10,000aires. Some of you might become 100,000aires. And even a few more of you might become millionaires buying some of these shares at these ridiculously low prices. But what can I say? You can also make a living in the meantime writing options and sticking around, because the longer you stick around, you increase the odds of you making money. You just gotta stick around for the movie. We're watching the cartoons right now, and these are silly cartoons we're watching at the moment. We're down 70 on the Dow, down 17 on S&P, and NASDAQ down 121. Boeing and Intel are losing the most on the Dow, creating the Dow's dip today. Oil up 23 cents right now. There it is. Let's see what's going up here. Rob is saying to Wavy Gravy, the volume and overall market direction seems like it, but I'm hoping for a run back up to like 150, 152 first, and they can take another position. John, thank God for the Masters. I'll be watching that rather than my portfolio. Why the face? Bobby, okay, my right is in for DKNG May 13th, 118 stink. At 1:33, I'm not sure what's going on here. Time to fold arms and get back to work. Wavy, yes, that'd be nice. I might go ahead and buy back for the quick 200 and wait and see if it hits 151. Scott, hallway shenanigans, those kids. Dr. Walter, good morning, everybody. GameStop, watch it go. I'm at 211 thumbs up. Thank you, Dr. Walter, for being here. Wavy Gravy, Rob is saying to Wavy Gravy, hey, that's 200 in your pocket. Too many times I'm up like $200 to $250 on a covered call in the morning, dip, decide to hold out, and then by midday I'm back to zero or I'm negative on it. Instead, now I take the money, Rob. Then I wait for a run, sell again into strength. Wavy, Rob, yes, I've been having the same problem. I guess I just haven't learned yet. Yeah, I'll just offer for 715. It's sitting around 785 now. Rob, I do the same thing as Warren Buffett. I see dips and salivate. Then I go and buy some and realize I'm not Warren Buffett. I don't have unlimited dry powder. Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, Olivia. How you doing? Rob, Wavy Gravy, taking profit is always a good thing. I've learned also that especially with GameStop volatility, there's always going to be another time to write. Coyote saying good morning to Olivia. Duncan, how you doing? Austin, I'm done buying until we get some good news. That's it. Dave, time to see GameStop in the 130s already. Let's see here, Francis. That was a nice pitch on Smart Rent. We'll throw $500 at it, pick up 100 shares. Can you believe it? 100. You can get 100 shares for under $500. Unbelievable. I can't believe it. Scott, I can't wait for 5 years from now. When I see a 20% pop on these stocks, I'll spook, sell them, and then watch them shoot to the moon. I'm a paper-handed weenie, baby. Wavy Gravy. And done. There you go. Oh, my goodness. We're down 51 on the Dow. SoFi, 792 down 20. GameStop, 144.32. Now 143.57. Dropping again. No support. New low right now on GameStop. Dropping quickly. 143.64. And we touched 143.57. New low of the day. We could well be going into the 130s right away. I don't know. New low on GameStop, says Rob. Doesn't look like a recovery at the moment. 143.92. Volume on GameStop now is 386,000 shares. And any kind of selling coming in will whack this stock. It'll just whack it. I don't think it's on SSR. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's on SSR or not. It might not be on short sale restriction. We'll see what happens. 158 down dip on the NASDAQ now, too. It's down 1.15%. The Dow is only down 1/10 of that. Well, not quite. It's down maybe 1/5 of that. Dow should be down over 250 points to match NASDAQ. Anyway, wavy gravy. Rob, thanks for the nudge. Although it looks like it could have made a little more, it's so nice seeing that stink bid fill. Rob, nice wavy. Don't look anymore to see what you could have gotten. Don't worry about it. I don't believe it's on SSR either, says Rob. Right on, buddy. I think, yeah, so it can be very violent here. We're at 142 now. 142.89 was a trade I just saw go through. That might be around the low of the day. 142.66 is now the low of the day. We break through 141, we'll have broken yesterday's low. So we're within a couple of bucks of hitting a new low on GameStop for the last week or two. See what's going on. 142.80, down 7.20 a share on GameStop. All righty. Michael, I have Apple 165 still. Come back down to me. And they're on the way. They're on the way, Mike. They're coming to you. Matterport went to 696. Inconceivable. Oh, yeah, 697. SoFi 788. Rocket Lab 774. The Dow down 55. We've got ME at 331. Spire 192. Haycroft Money now 187. ATIP 179.5. Smart Rent 462. Pfizer 5502 down 15 cents. There it is, 51-point drop on the Dow and 169 on NASDAQ, down 1.22% at the moment. GameStop, 143.27. 142.66 was the low, so we were right near the low of the day on GameStop shares. Okay, SSR today, 135. If GameStop hits 135, it'll be down 10% on the day, goes into short sale restriction mode again. Which has been common lately. We'll see. Can it go down there? Yes, it can. It certainly could. Good morning, Doc from Duncan. Nazareth SSR today is 135 on the news. There you go. Rob is saying that if it follows the last few days trend, we'll hit a low, then come back like 75-80%, and then back down again by the end of the day. Bradley is saying, hey, anyone want to buy a kidney? I'll take 500 SoFi for it. How about that? Dedication to the investment. 60-point down dip on the Dow. GameStop now 143.12, 50 cents away from the low of the day at the moment. Here it is, 142.70 now, 4 cents away from the low of the day. We just had a whack of stock coming again, dropping it now, and we are down, new low, 142.65. We have broken the low trade of the day on GameStop. We're down 734, 735 a share right now. 142.50. 142.50 is the new low trade on GameStop right now. 142.50 is the new intraday low. I'm going to say we need another $1.50 to break yesterday's low for sure, because 141 on the nose would do it. And it could happen. It could happen. Rob sees it right there, 142.50. Tiff, I hear the organ market is back on. I hear there's deals on organs. 143.12 right now with a 142.50 low so far today on GameStop. AMC 18.48. That is lower than yesterday's low, I believe. AMC is traded at 6.9 million this morning, and it is definitely lower than yesterday's low. So we're falling again on AMC. Back on March 15th, we were in the 1350 neighborhood. We're on our way back there, the way this is going. I sorry to say, it just doesn't look good. Even at 1850, the stock was $34 last week for a bit, and here we are just getting hammered. 142.93 again on GameStop, where we're getting ready for maybe another roll. We might be going lower. Okay, I can't say it. Down 33 on the Dow. Sixter down 6 cents. Rocket Lab 770 down 23. SoFi 788 down 24. SoFi volume this morning is 7.1 million shares. GameStop 142.96.97. 142.96.97. It's about 40 something cents away from the low of the day. AMC 1847, Matterport $7 even, ME 330, Spire 191, ATIP up 9/10 of a penny at 180.9 cents. Smart Rent down 21. Pfizer down 18 cents to 54.98. Robinhood 11.21 down 86 cents on Robinhood, getting crushed. Vanik down $5 to $247. Home Depot up 81 cents. IBM down 70. Microsoft down $4.30 to $297. Apple 169.69 down 245. Goldman up a quarter, 314.41. Cisco down 46 cents to 54.17. Facebook down 236. Amazon is off 51. Tesla's down 24. Google's down 33. Bed Bath Beyond down 42 cents. BlackBerry down a penny. Royal Caribbean, $77.16, down 203. Target up 5 1/4. JP Morgan up 50 cents. Costco 602.98, up 507. Walmart up 76 cents. Nvidia down 9.48. American Airlines down 30 cents to 16.65. Netflix down 4.80. And then Moderna 161.39, up 2.39 right now. That's where we're at. In answer to Rob, cheers to you, Rob, from Calgary, Alberta. I hope you're doing well, all of you out there, having a wonderful day. It is Friday. We're at 143.33 on GameStop, unfortunately. Or fortunately, it all depends on what direction you want the stock to go. It's 143.33, down 6.67 on GameStop. SoFi 782, down 30 cents. The Dow off just about 51 points. S&P down 24. NASDAQ down 192 and backing off more. The NASDAQ is leading the down dip. Will the rest of the market follow the NASDAQ or not? Rob, cheers from Gatineau, Quebec. Right on, buddy. Thank you, Rob, for being here. Good luck, bageliers from Scott. Is that normal Coke or Coke Light? That is caffeine-free. Brown fuzzy water is all it is. Caffeine-free Diet Coke. I'm buying 2-liter bottles for $1.45 Canadian. I mean, that's like $1.10 American for a 2-liter bottle. I mean, I couldn't get cola in Palm Desert for under, oh gosh, I'd be lucky to get it for like $1.60 a bottle, $1.70 US. Here I'm getting it for $1.10 American. It's just incredibly cheap. Why? I don't know. It just is. It's goofy. I'll take it. All right. GameStop 142.64. We are pushing the low again. Oh, I think we're doing it. 142.51 here. The latest update now, 142.42. Here we go. The new low on GameStop. We're dropping again. 142.30. Another low. The low trades are coming through on GameStop right now. 142.30, the low trade of the day here on GameStop. Pushing almost an $8 drop now. Brown, fuzzy, sugar, and a little water. No sugar in this. If you can't taste the sugar eating away your teeth, is it even cola? Nicholas, wait, there's been a caffeine-free Diet Coke the whole time. What? Joe, morning, Uncle B. I got a GameStop $95 strike that expires April the 14th and a 100 expiring May 6th. Should I buy one back and work on rolling the other, or move both up in strike price $25? I'm not sure the best attack here. How should I handle this? Joe Olivia is wondering. You got a 95 and a 100 expiring. One is expiring April 14, one May 6. Well, you're going to have to make a move on the 95 first, obviously, because of the calendar. My gut is telling me, my hunch is that you're trading at pretty well book value. Certainly, you will be very shortly, because you're down to next week. I mean, Thursday they expire. So if you can roll up your 95, go a few weeks further out and maybe roll into a 110 or a 120. That'd be a great idea. If you can pull it off without too much of expense. The 100s, same thing, but you've got time. You've got another few weeks before you have to do anything there. The stock's been coming to you, 142.68 now. The stock is slowly coming your direction. We'll see if it breaks 141 today. To hit a new low, because yesterday that's where we were, around the 141 mark yesterday for a time. 142.30 is the low of the day right now on GameStop, and I wonder if it's going to drop another $5 or $6 from here and get into the 130s, bringing you closer and closer to the market. This is a lot better for you than at 190 a share, I'll tell you that. I don't have to tell you, you know. This has really come back. Anyway, there you go. We're positive, 18 points on the Dow. A buy wave has just come in. Still down 17 on the S&P, and the Nasdaq down 174. Okay, Barron's headline: Robinhood users get crypto wallets, but Goldman says it's time to sell the stock. Well, people are selling the stock today, that's for sure. Robinhood now $11.20, down 87 cents. Yikes. That was $16 last week. Remember that? $16. Hi, Jen.
Hi.
How's it going today?
What is this?
Well, that's a little bit of a muffin over there, isn't
That
it?
appears to be a muffin with
That's
blues in it.
Little blueberry chunks in there.
Yeah.
Why is it that the blueberries don't have... How come the blueberries aren't evenly distributed in these muffins? How come there's more blueberries over here and there are none over there? And why are some of these muffins with lots of blueberries and some of these muffins don't have a lot of blueberries? What's wrong with that? Where did I hear that?
They obviously don't care. It's obvious.
They need the right kind of manager to stay on top of those bakery guys. I think that's
Is that what it is?
That's what they did in casino, I'll tell you that. The right casino manager on top of those blueberry muffins.
Whenever you put fruit into a batter, you have to put flour on the fruit to make it stick. Otherwise, it just all falls to the bottom. And so they're just doing an over mixing, I think, moving the...
You think that Robert De Niro was in the mood to hear that excuse?
Yes, exactly.
He wasn't in the mood to hear that. He just wants the even number of blueberries in all the muffins. Why can't the blueberry muffins have just as many blueberries in them?
What?
Oh, gosh. Good morning, Jen, from John Anderson. Bradley, just eat the muffin, Bruce. Just eat the muffin, will you?
Good morning, John.
I mean, give it up.
Good morning, everybody.
Another day in paradise, I guess.
Friday. You're sounding phlegmy still.
Oh, I'm phlegmy. Yeah, I'm phlegmy. I'm just working.
It's the wind.
Working.
The wind keeps blowing this dried grass around. And
Rob is saying, ooh.
Pollen is everywhere.
Rob says, ooh, baking tips with Jen. Thanks, Jen. That's a great tip.
It is. Otherwise, everything just falls to the bottom.
See, Zeta says, Uncle Bruce, Zeta State says, Bruce, I have GameStop 150 expiring January 2023. Sold it, rolling over. When would be the best time to buy it back and then roll back down? The key now is what you sold it for versus what it'll cost you to buy back. There's a gain there, I'm assuming.
And did you lose in your rollover?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
How did you do on the rollover? You know your number. I don't know your number. So you're going to know how you did on the roll, where you're at on the rollover. So now the key here is this. If you buy back your call on a stink bid today, maybe the stock drops to 135 or something, and you know that there's the price you want. I don't know. You'll figure it out. You've got to take a look at the option chain and see if you can write a call closer in. Now, the catch for you is you didn't roll into a 170 or a 180. You rolled into a 150, and the stock is 142 now. So the good news is you're out of the money now. Okay, a couple of days ago, you got to this point when the stock obviously reached this 150 neighborhood. So the good news for you is that you're not sitting 35 in the money anymore, $40 in the money, all that. All right, great. you may have seen depreciation on a capital basis, that out of the money kind of a basis, from in the money, out of the money, where again you could theoretically now buy back this call, break even on the entire rollover episode, and begin to start to look at writing calls that die next week or the week after, maybe 150s, 160s. On the other hand, you might find that if the stock keeps dropping and starts trading in this 120.30 level, say next week, you might then be in a position to buy back your 150 to then write a 140 down to like May sometime. And now you've come way back in time. You're bringing just as much money from writing a new call at a much shorter time frame at a lower strike price and buying back your 150. That's your ultimate move. So if you can buy a 150 back for, say, I don't know, say you can buy a 150 for $20, but you can write a call for $20. That is way closer in time and in the area, still out of the money to where the stock's trading at. It's a win-win now. That's a mega win. So either way, you're ahead of this game right now. Okay. You know what? 99 Nation Videos is saying Uncle Bruce's evenly distributed blueberry muffins. I'd buy it. How about that, Jen? How about that? Now Zed Estate is saying good morning, Jen. Mark Carney is saying Mark Cherry is saying good morning, Jen.
Good morning.
Dave the Mac guy, New Low, Adventures with Duncan. Good morning, Jen. New Low says Dave. Am I really angry, or is it just red for everyone else too? Says Michael. Angela, Uncle Bruce, who do you believe is better positioned to move up in stock price between Smart Rent or ATIP? Let me think about that. Rob, Michael, could be both. True, says Mike. Rob's thinking that. Mike is thinking that. John, so red over here too. GameStop 143.76. The low of the day is now what? I can get this to work. 142.03. 142.03 is the new low today on GameStop. It's trading right now 143.74. So very interesting day. The Dow's up 52 points. We've gone green on the Dow. We're down 13.9 on S&P, and the Nasdaq is down 159. There it is.
There it is.
With that muffin, I'm not going to eat anything at this moment. I'm just going to hold off, and that'll carry me a bit.
So this morning is the last day of the round robin. We play Scotland.
Men's World Championships in curling going on today.
And I was telling you later, but one of the fans in the stands has Scotland the Brave on his phone. So whenever Scotland scores, you hear the pipes playing Scotland. And the fans just break out. They all start clapping with it.
These World Championships are being played in Las Vegas at the New Orleans Casino. They have an arena right next to the building.
It only holds 7,500 people.
Holds 7,500, and they have had many a tournament there. They've had sort of bonspiels, like big cash prize tournaments there.
The Pinties and the cash bonspiels.
Yeah, the cash bonspiels are played up. But this is the World Championships being played in Las Vegas. The ice maker,
we have to win.
The ice maker in charge of the ice is a top-notch person they bring in just for this event.
It's his first time as manager of the team, though. And at the start of the week, they were struggling. They were struggling to find the ice.
Yeah, they get used to it.
It's been having good days and not good days.
Yep, that's
which drives the curlers crazy.
Of course it does.
This has to be consistent.
The ice is ice, man.
Yeah.
The ice is ice.
So I'll be leaving you again today. I'll be watching curling.
You'll be watching curling today, and
nice knowing you.
And then,
thanks. Of course, the weekend is the finals.
The finals are on this weekend, so Jen won't be bothering me all that much.
Not much. Thank God for record.
That's right. If you need a nap, you'll get one, and then watch without commercials.
Apparently, it doesn't take 3 hours to play curling.
Funny, if you watch curling without the commercials, it goes a lot faster. Well, the game doesn't take as long.
You don't see the first and the second throw their rocks either. You only see the third and the skip.
That's true. That's true. There you go. You thought you weren't learning anything today? Think again.
Yeah.
Courtesy of Auntie Jen, right?
And this might be it now. This might be it now. We just go to Bonspiels.
Yeah, I don't know, but did they have anything
I
like?
don't know if we get to see the juniors or not.
Yeah, World Juniors and also mixed doubles.
I was
don't know if
thinking
they do
about it
that.
the other day though. So we have World Curling, that is like adults, professionals who do this,
Yeah,
and we have World Soccer.
yeah.
What else do we have?
World Hockey Championships,
But
World Baseball
but
Championships.
for the World Hockey,
Yeah,
do they get the team? Do they get their players
They get-
who are playing?
you
the
get NHL
NHL?
players who've been eliminated in the first 2 rounds of the
Right,
playoffs.
Yeah.
That's how that
So
works.
you're not getting the best of the best of the best.
No.
No.
No, you're not getting
So
that.
yeah, there's very few where you get
Yeah,
the people who play all year are the people who play in
yeah,
tournaments.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. There's soccer
Yeah.
or football, as they call it.
FIFA and
But I'm sure there are dart world championships and there's
I don't
bowling
know.
world championship.
Is there?
I wouldn't know
don't
where.
know.
I don't know how.
I've never heard.
Exactly. Of course, in the 60s, we used to watch barrel jumping on ABC Wild World of Sports. They would have these guys going around this loop, and they would go skating around like 3 times and then come up to these barrels lined up one, and they would do the long jump over top of the barrels.
Champion, or was that just America saying whoever wins here is the world champion?
There's world championship stuff. There was guys from Norway and
Okay.
Sweden and
Really?
these ice skaters.
Okay.
I mean, Jim McKay used to call that stuff.
Oh, that's right.
Miss the old days, Wild
The
World of
agony
Sports.
defeat.
The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Yes,
Yeah, and they would try to jump and they'd get caught on that last barrel and down they'd go. Of course, they made the barrels. First, they had the barrels. They were metal barrels. Then they got wise. Why don't we have collapsible barrels? They look like barrels.
Nerf barrel.
Yeah, you land on it. It's really a Nerf barrel. It's not really a barrel, but it had to be strong enough to be detected that you touched it. Because you can't have a super soft barrel that you could skin
no
and
nicks,
not
no
know.
ticks.
No nicks, no ticks. So, I mean, we had quality programming back in the 60s as kids. Saturday afternoon, Wide World of Sports on ABC television.
And Evel Knievel jumping Snake River.
And Evel Knievel jumping all kinds of motor.
And in Vegas jumping.
And buses and cars and all that crap. And then what else did they cover? They covered ski jumping, of course.
We have a current rendition of Evel Knievel. Do they still do that? Do people still jump things on?
It's just not as sensational anymore because we're just.
Oh, now we have like skateboards and snowboards. Maybe that.
Well, yeah, we got the skiers doing it now and all that sort of stuff.
It's so weird.
We used to have championships out of Minnesota, wood cutting championships on ABC Wide World of Sport, chopping through trunks and log rolling championships on ABC television with those yellow suits on.
Oh, yeah. Say every the Main Long Weekend in Kelso has lumberjack competitions.
Right.
Yeah.
NASDAQ car racing, the Talladega 500 and
with Ricky Bobby
and the 8-pound 3-ounce baby Jesus. Shake and bake. That's right.
On that note.
On that note, you're done. You're out of here. Enough memories down memory lane for you kids.
I have taped curling to watch.
Someone has taped curling to watch. There it is. There you go. What can I say? Coyote, so you suggest lowering your strike to roll down in time, correct? Yes. Yes, once at break even or better. Yeah. So if you've rolled into 160 calls for January 2023, and you can now buy those back and write 145 GameStop calls for May or June, you're coming in 6 months in time, coming down in strikeaways. You might actually get more money. You might buy back a call for way less and get more. As each week goes by, and if the stock keeps backing off, the more you are out of the money on these rolled over contracts, the better off you're going to be. Absolutely. You may find, in some cases though, that you buy back your 160s or 170s and you turn around and write 150s for the same expiry date and bring in the extra 15, $10 a contract. You bring in more money by keeping out these January calls. If the stock drops another $20 to 120 a share, you buy back your 150s and write 135s. So you've gone from 175s to 150s to 135s, and you're bringing in more money, bringing in more money, bringing in more money, staying out to January, staying out there. Goes down to 100 a share. You're writing 110s, 120s. You might at that point go, okay, my 135s or my 150s are now so far out of the money. They're way down. I'm now going to buy those back from January 2023, and I'm now going to write middle of May contracts for 115 or 120 for more money than what you're paying to get those out of the money contract. You might do that. Okay. There you go. Sweep. Men and curling hardly go together. Drunk men ice bowling in Vegas. Let's see. Curling is surprisingly fun, and if you're not used to it, you'll feel it in your legs the next day. Yes, you will. That's true. Good morning, my fellow simpletons from the Credit Savage. How you doing, buddy? And Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen too. Tumbling and curling championships today. Tumbling and curling championships today. Oh boy, the only events you can bring a beer, wine, coca, or coconut water to one, and no one will judge you about it. Bobby, my cousin in Ontario, organized a curling and pot weekend a few years ago. I wish I could have attended to that. Bobby, throw the rock, hit the bowl. I do that, says Rob. Michael, where's DQ? I want to talk about the Rangers shutting out the Pens last night. Rob, Wavy Gravy putting in a stink offer for one of those 145s for next Friday for $875. Come on and come to me, baby. The Credit Savage, Hops. I hope everyone is buying back all those contracts he all sold. Glorious Red Bear Day today. Gamestop now 144.03. Got my honeypot ready. Let's go. Bobby, Warren, Ontario. Wyerton, Ontario. Let's go. Let's get an Uncle Bruce team together if he does it again. Splair, I need new cards in Master Duel Loosen twice. I don't know what this means. Good morning, Auntie Jet. Bobby, every Saturday morning I would watch the log rolling waltz in Ontario. Let's see. Wavy Gravy. Rob, did it just hit at 145? Rob, not yet. I moved my stink off for a bit. Bama, how much wood can a woodchuck chuck? Wavy Gravy. Yeah, I missed that pop. We're now at 145 a share even on GameStop right now. Down $4.99. The low today, 142.03. Now 145.66. Rob, I'm thinking we might get back to 147.48 today. High sale on the call was 10.95, so might be able to get over 9.50 if we run up below the open today. Justin, Uncle Bruce, I started my investing journey at the beginning of this year, and my portfolio is down a lot. I need some encouragement to stay strong and keep buying the dip. Don't give up, my friend. Don't give up. Wavy Gravy, Rob, I like it. I'll follow you on that thesis. Rob, popping again. 145.66 on the stock. Trying to come back a little bit. Again, that lets you look at writing 150s, 147s, 148s expiring today, 147s expiring this afternoon, writing 150s for next Friday, which is next Thursday, maybe. Bobby, don't look at your portfolio paper for a few months, Justin. It's springtime. Get out and garden. Wavy, prepare the stinkies. There you go. Oh, man. The Dow is up 9.4 points. We're jumping all over the place here. We're down 18 on S&P, and the NASDAQ still down 161. Bear Nation, says Gowdy. Bear Nation. All right. 146.78 on GameStop, down 323, 322. Something like that. A little pop has happened. Is this it? Is it over? What's the dealio? Will it go up another couple of dollars, or is it going to falter and drop $5 from here? The low of the day, 142.03. The high of the day, 149.11. Rob, Justin, you just got in with bad timing, but you're building your portfolio, so don't expect returns right away. Average down if you can, and just be patient, my friend. Just be patient. Here's some good advice here for you there, buddy. Bobby, I'd say you got in a great time. You just have to sit a year or see that happen. Coyote, also, Uncle Bruce watched the primetime show yesterday while working. Loved your story about your father and father-in-law and how you got to talk to them about business markets, the world. Really great story. Thank you, guys. We did have a good show on Wednesday night. Bobby, image, if you bought all, imagine if you bought all that last November. H. Gregory Bear Market. Wavy put in a 965 stink offer, I think, is what Wavy Grave is doing, trying to get out, trying to write a contract. 146.93, 147.40, you might make it. If it had a little pop for you, you might get out. I don't know, Wavy. We'll see if that works for you. If you could score a nice little premium and then try to buy it back later today, see what gives. Could be a good hour. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see what's going on. Hang in there, Gody says to Justin. There will be better days. You hang in there. There you have it. Advice from the wise. Those who've been here a while. The Dow's up 1 point. That's it. Only up one. SoFi 797. It's coming back. 797, only down 15 cents. Rocket Lab 781 down 12. GameStop 147 right now. AMC 1880. Just a little comeback, not much. Matterport 713, 714 coming back a little. ME now back to 333 down a dime. Spire 191 down 5 cents. Highcroft 194 down 6 cents. ATIP is actually up half a penny to 180.5 cents. Smart Rent down 4 cents. Coming back 479. It's only down 4 now. Pfizer 54.62 down 54 cents. We're giving up some ground on Pfizer as I had expected we would. We're now up 19 points on the Dow. Okay. Wavy Gravy. Oops, sorry. Looking to write a 145 with Rob for next Friday. Coyote. Bobby is 100% correct. Justin, bought in with good timing, getting deals. The returns will come. Buy low, sell high, and that's what you are doing. H. Gregory, if this market has taught me anything, Justin, just be patient. The market eventually turns when you least expect it. There you go. 146.70 on GameStop now, with the Dow up 40 points. We're down 140 on NASDAQ. S&P down 13.87. Okay. Yes, indeed. Patience is your secret weapon. If you can find it, if you have it within you, you will be rewarded for it handsomely many a time. 796 on SoFi. We're trying to go back to $8 here. We're only down 15 cents. SoFi bottomed out at 778. We're now 796. Looks like we're trying to come back. We've got AMC still at 1886. Matterport 714. It bottomed out at 692. So it's a 21 cents recovery, down 28 still, but it's coming on. ME is at 333.5. It got down to 328. Spire was as low as 189. It's now 193. And ATIP got down to 179. It's 181 now. Up. Looks like it's up a penny. Smart Rent is now 483, unchanged. Hit a low of 451. That's the all-time low. I was telling you about this. The all-time low. Back to 483 now. So it's coming back. There you go. Interesting. Up 49 points on the Dow. GameStop 146.16. It did break 147 for a moment. See if anybody got some calls off of there. What makes the stock get within 10 cents of my stink bid, then shoots up? Laugh out loud, keeps me on my toes, says Bama Babe. Adventures with Duncan. Have a great day. My golden bagel simpleton intellectuals hold the line right on. Rob Wavy, hope you get it. Gonna try for 915 myself. Rob gonna need a pop for 147.50, I think, for me to get out. Coyote, H. Gregory, 100%. I'm with you there. We are now 146.30 at the moment, down 370 a share on GameStop. The low of the day, 142.03. The high, 149.11 today. Coyote, the patient trader is often the winning trader. There you go. You just got to let the stock make its move for you. GameStop could pop $2 higher or lower like that. Getting these options filled or not, you never know. You just never know. Let's go. I'm the ask now, says Rob. I'm the offer. Let's go, baby. Take me out. There you go. He's offering. He's there. We'll see if he gets taken out. Who knows? One little option buyer coming in with a market buy order. He's out. We'll see what happens. You never know with these contracts. 146.58 to 59 right now. 146.58, 59. Rob, never mind. I bet Wavy just put in that 910 to beat me. Well, we just popped up to 147.23. You guys might be out right now. Here it is. Here we go. I got it. 915. He's out. He's out. Sold him. He sold them, and now he is going to buy them back. Way to go, buddy. Way to go. Trying to find out if he can pull this thing off. See, that's how you do it. Put them out there, let the stock come to you, get taken out, move on. Okay. Oh, there's your 965, Wavy. I see you at offering now at 965. Killed it, buddy, says Rob. Wavy, nope, but I got my 965. You see it. 147.92. The stock popped a little more. Got out 148.34. These guys just wrote contracts. Now we can watch to see how they do on the other side. Which contracts did you guys write? Would you mind telling us again what those were? I was literally about to drop to 915 with you, and then they took me out at 965. That's $50 more in his pocket, and it filled before I could even edit it. That's why patience is a virtue. Rob, now putting in a stink bid to close it out. Right on, guys. Let us know what contract that is. 145s for next Friday, says Rob. That's what we're trying to buy back now. SoFi crawling back to the 8s. That's what we're noticing. 802 on SoFi, down a dime. Rocket Lab 785 down 8 cents. Gamestop 147.62 right now. So Rob and Wavy Gravy are out at what, 965 and 915, I think, are those prices. Now they're going to try to put stink bids in to see if they can get their calls back for next week, Friday, 145s. All right. 147.59 on the stock. So they're in the money, 259. They got a 915 and a 965 premium. So that is, $7 of premium money here, approximately. Not quite, but close. Stock backs off to 142, 143 today. These guys are going to be buying these back at $4 or $5. They're going to make $4 or $5 a contract. Net profit, thank you very much, $400 to $500 per contract. Nice. 148.32. We'll see how this stock wants to play it. It right now is approaching its high of the day of 149.11, down $2 on the session. The question is, can the stock reach new highs, go beyond these highs, or will it peter out and start giving back ground? Wavy, you thinking about buying back around 685? Rob, low of the day on that call is 630. If we get knocked under 140, I'm thinking we could get $4 to $5 stinky in for under 5 for me. Angela, go smart rent, go, says Angela Washington, and it is right now 486.7, up 3.7 cents on the day. Smart rent has gone green after hitting a low of 451. It's now 486, almost 487 a share. Go smart rent. ATIP is up a penny. Pfizer down 60 now to 54.56. We've got Spire at 194. I'm down only 2 cents. ME of 335 is down 7.5 cents. Matterport 719 down 21. AMC is at $19 down 73 cents. 148.36 on GameStop down 165. SoFi 802 down a dime. Rocket Lab 784 down 9. Sixtera 1292 down 28 cents. The Dow up 67 points. S&P down 10. NASDAQ down 111 points. There it is. There's the deal. Mark Wahlberg lists longtime Beverly Hills home for $87.5 million. There you go. It pays to act and act well. Rob, don't have to buy it back today. Always can buy it back next week too. Let the weekend time depreciate this baby. That's right. Meeting time. Gotta go. Right on, buddy. Rob, have a good one. Wavy, true. I need to shift gears right now. Wavy, I'll put in a 5:15 for today while I have to go and hit some meetings as well. There you go. You put those stink bids in, and if it comes to you, it comes to you. And the thing about GameStop, wants to drop $7 in 5 minutes and then come back up again, these guys could well get taken out and score a little profit on the day. And when I mean little, we're talking $400 to $450 today that they could net out on one contract each, if that's what they're writing. Something wrong with that? Nope, nothing wrong with that. Alrighty, 148.27 on GameStop, down $1.73 on the day. The Dow up now 103, improving to its highest level of the day, and S&P down 6, NASDAQ down 98. So the markets are trying to come back on a bit. 148.80 on the GameStop, trying to get back to 149, still down 122. Noticing now that we're positive on ATIP, we're up 4 cents on Smart Rent, and Pfizer still down 53 cents a share on the session. There you go. Fun times at the OK Corral at the moment, and we're watching option writing live. We're just seeing it live as it's happening. You can keep an eye yourselves on these call contract quotes. You just have to refresh your screen from time to time, and you can see how these quotes on these contracts fluctuate as the stock fluctuates. Obviously, the shares go higher, these contract premiums will rise. If the shares go lower, the premiums will drop. And these two gentlemen will look to score a return on these contracts if the shares want to back off a little bit, and they're certainly capable of that. We all know this. The low yesterday was 141-ish. We got down to 142.03 so far today. We're now at 148.01 at the moment, down $1.99 on the session for GameStop. All right, AMC's back under 19 again, 18.83, 90 cents lower, 18.82 now. The low of the day was 18.40 on AMC. Volume on AMC, 14 million shares. That's all there is. The GameStop volume now at 147.74, as it's backing up a bit, is 920,000. There is no serious buying interest coming into GameStop, and so it is faltering right now at this 148 level. 147.96, right around 148 at the moment. The WD, thanks for the input today, all. Bought back $150 April 14s for $550. I wrote a 150 April 22 for $9.99. GameStop was at 145 at the time. So there is $4.49 more in the pocket of WD. That's $450 more in the account, going 1 week out at the same strike price. Great move. Taking in more money. Nicely done. Karim, Uncle, whatever happened to our T-Bird? Daddy was taking it away, but I'm not sure if Daddy found it. We were hiding it on him. And let's see what's going on. Wavy Gravy, nice going, WD. Now cross your arms and just go, okay. Yeah, go ahead. Come and take out. You only have till next Thursday on these contracts. And then they die. Nice. Actually, they die on the 22nd, pardon me. So they only have 2 weeks to go. Nicely done. 148.07 right now on GameStop. And these are 150 contracts that are out of the money. And it's all premium. Thanks, Wavy, says WD. I love this. Way to go, you guys. So there you have it. A few ways to play this. If you've written calls for 150, 160 when they were 25 each or 28 each or 17 each, you can buy them back for a lot less money. They are dying next week or something like that. You buy them back and write 160s for 2 weeks further out again, the same strike price, but just write out longer time. You might bring in another $5, $6, $8, $12 a contract in cash now to offer time on a 160 contract. It's what's being done here at 150s. It can be done. It might be as little as $4 or $5 or $6 a contract. It might be as much as 10, 15 or more per contract, depending on just which ones you're going to write. And depending on how many you write, this could be your entire monthly expenses in one shift, where you buy back 10 calls, write 10 more calls, bring in $6 a call in cash, $600 times 10, 6,000 extra cash for offering another 3 weeks of time against your stock. That's a month's bill, and you're only offering 3 weeks of time. Nice move. Anyway, there it is. Nicholas, I forgot to hit the like button. Thank you so much. I'm number 241. Thank you. When would you guys and girls start writing SoFi calls again? Around $9 or $10 a share? At the very least, I would want to see these back over 9 or higher. If the shares could break 10, then you could look at writing maybe 11s or 12s and make some premium money that way. We're at 788 on Rocket Lab, 798 on SoFi, 148.51 on GameStop, 148.51.59. A little pop up again. We might have a little dead cat pop here, and we might back off. We'll see how this goes. Can go either way at this time with GameStop. The Dow's up 118, the S&P down 7, and NASDAQ down 110 at the moment. 148.42 on GameStop. There you go, guys. There's the dealio. We're still 1 penny higher on ATIP, and we're up 2 pennies on SmartRent at 485. Pfizer still down 47 cents. Robinhood 11.45, down 62 cents. Vanik 249, down 381. Home Depot up $8 to 310. IBM down 64 cents. Microsoft is down 261 to 298.76. Apple down 188, 191 now, negative 191 on Apple, 170.23. Goldman up 460 at 318.70. A little better than that 308 low yesterday, where I was asking you guys, consider buying deep in the money calls on Goldman. Those 250s are now $10 more valuable than yesterday morning, which is great. Cisco down 44 cents to 54.20. Facebook is up 57 cents. Amazon is down $37. Tesla's down $30. Google down 25. That's where we're at on most of these stocks here. Dow was up 102. GameStop 148.24. Cheers to all of you from around the world. Thank you for joining me today. 147.86, 148.16. GameStop popping a little bit right now, a little higher at the moment. 148.16, trying to improve its move here. We'll see if it can do this or not. 148.16, 149.11 was a high today on GameStop. Now 148.16. Yeah, okay. 1885 on AMC. Okay. Alrighty. John, Tiff, I'm waiting for a nice pop or two before I write. TF saying, John, sure, but what is a nice pop? We need numbers. The last couple times the stock rallied, I waited too long. 148.15 here. This might be a little pop from that 141 low of the day, but then again, maybe it'll pop to 154 in the next hour. We don't know. Of course, if you're writing a 155 call right now, good for a couple of weeks, or going to write a 150 or write a 160 for a month or so, you're out of the money. You're writing nothing but premium. And if the stock wants to go up to $6 or $7 from here, you're still way out of the money on the call. You don't have to worry about it. On the other hand, if you write a 155 for 4 weeks out, 3-4 weeks out, bring in some nice money, and it dips back to 140, you may find that your call drops $3-4 just today alone. And all next week, it might drop again by a total of half the value that you receive for it. And there's a lovely little return on your money. Up to you. If you wait and see how it wants to play itself out. 148.15 looks like the price. 148.69. We're jumping around a little bit here. Alrighty. What else is going on here? People are talking right now, writing SoFi calls as well. They're asking about SoFi calls. Where should it be when I write SoFi calls? People are thinking more in the 9 neighborhood than $8 neighborhood. 7.98 right now. $1.50 more maybe then. Pardon me. 148.23 on GameStop. 148.23 on GameStop. Alrighty. Steve Swain, I'm going to get back to you after the show. I'll take care of you. I know you're trying to get a class and you were having issues getting the class to load up. I will take care of you after I'm off the show today. Worry not, my friend. We'll get you all set up, okay? No problem at all. Any of you out there who are acquiring the classes that I've issued, if you find that you're having problems getting the class to load up, or you've watched half the class and you now want to watch the other half and you can't track down the link for whatever reason, just let me know. Let me know, Bruce, listen, I bought the class number, whatever, 4 days ago, whatever date that was. Could you send me a link to that? I'll just send you another link through an email. And then you'll always have the link inside your email going forward. And you'll be able to watch your show as many times as you want. Notice the GameStop 147.14. We're backing off now a little bit on the GameStop here. In the last few minutes. Interesting stuff on GameStop shares. 147 even now on GameStop, having just touched the 149.11 range. They're backing up a little bit now. 146.70. Another little dip of on the price of the GameStop shares. So those calls, those 145 calls that those guys wrote, are now only $1.60 in the money. 166 in the money as a quick little return. Keep in mind, stocks drop faster than they go up. They go up in increments, but they can drop in dollars quickly. And this is where option writers can really score returns, sometimes on a daily basis. Sometimes you get beautiful day trades because you get these $4, $5, $7 drops on some of these stocks, like a GameStop. It's volatile. And all of a sudden you're being handed a $200, $300, $400, $500 profit on a call you just wrote a few minutes ago. All of a sudden those stink bits you put in are getting hit. You just never know with this kind of thing. That's how this game works. Anyway, there you have it. Bobby, I've saved the class YouTube videos as a favorite within YouTube. It's always on the top of my list now. Beautiful stuff. Let's see. Those drops are why I day trade GameStop, says Dave. Tiff, they are. We have many members here who get very good with writing. That's why I asked the chat. Thanks to everybody who answered. Right on, folks. Yep, there are some smarties here. Some folks are getting real good at writing contracts, and I'm so proud of you guys that you're able to do this, and you're passing your tips on to others. There are ways to really cash in on this options market, especially those of you who did rollovers or haven't yet, or still are doing rollovers. But many of you who have done rollovers, even last week, you were writing 170. Some of you were writing calls last week, 170s, 180s for a ways out. And now you're in a position where you can buy those back and write the same expiry date calls, but at a lower strike, and bring in another $5 or $10 a contract into your account in cash. And for some of you writing 5 at a time, if you can bring in $1,000 more a contract by doing a rollback, in other words, buying back a 180 and writing a 160, hey, what's wrong with that? Nothing. And bringing in $5,000 or $8,000 or $10,000 or $12,000 in cash. Thank you very much. That's what it's all about. That compensates you for the stock fluctuating on you. That's what we're talking about here. Beautiful stuff. Let's see. Welcome all. Welcome. Michael, TIF. I wrote earlier in the week, made my money for the week. Now I'm waiting for a pop on Sofi. There you go. 145.72 now on GameStop. 145.72. That has backed off $3 in 5 minutes. We're coming back quickly. These 145 calls that these guys wrote, are only 82 cents in the money. They were $3.50 in the money a few minutes ago. Now they're only 80 odd cents in the money. They're falling back quickly. Beautiful stuff. Stock wants to go to 140. These guys are getting hit with their stink bits. They're gonna score $400 each in profits while they're in their meetings. That's not bad. That's pretty good. I'm sure they're watching their phones out of the corner of their eye going, oh, look at that. The stock's dropping off. What was that you said? Oh, yeah, I'm paying attention to you. Yeah, what do you want to know? Yeah, Tiff Bagioti, I'll make you a good offer for your remaining organs if you let me know when you write. Right on. The Dow right now is up 118 points. We've got SoFi at 795 and Rocket Lab at 787. Rocket Lab's only down 6 cents. SoFi still down 17. 146.27 right now on GameStop as we jump about. AMC 1876 still under pressure. Matterport down 26 cents to 715. ME down a dime. Spire down 2 cents. Hycroft Mining down 7 cents. ATIP is up a half a penny. Smart Rent is down 1 penny. Pfizer down 33 cents a share. There you go. 146.50 on GameStop now. Right there. Okay. Michael is saying, when SoFi goes over $20 a share, I'm pretty sure I will be able to live off just writing calls on that stock. That's how easy this is going to be. Beautiful stuff. John, Michael, looking forward to that day as well. Going to take premiums for many years to come on SoFi. It will pay me again and again and again. And those will be good days. 146.58, 146.59 on GameStop right now. Very fun times. 121 gain on the Dow. The S&P is down 9 points and NASDAQ down 133. Never selling the actual stock, says Michael. I'm never going to sell the stock. I'm just going to write contracts. Going to write contracts. There you go. 146.38, 146.50 on GameStop. That's where we're at the moment. Those 145s are in the money, $1.50. That's it. That's all they're in the money for. They die in a couple of weeks, so they're going to shrink out. 146 even on GameStop. Just dropped 50 cents. 146 even. We're down $4 on the day right now. John, yep, my kids will get the stock when I'm gone. Bobby, tinfoil hat question. Uncle Bruce, the question I had early today. Any thoughts on if Big Bank America is trying to drive SoFi to a buyout level? I don't think so. No, I don't believe so. Bank of America is so many times larger than SoFi that they're in a whole other universe of banking and maturity, and they've been around a long time. And no, SoFi is, they're aware of them. They're aware of it, but they're not interested in that area of the business. They've got their corner, a big chunk of the retail business, and they own Merrill Lynch. They're very busy people making a lot of money in a lot of areas. Coyote, Tiff, laugh out loud for SoFi. I'll let you know, buying back yesterday and today. Tiff, when Spire goes over 10 for me, I have 1,400 now, but there is no money in Spire calls right now. Nope, there is not. John, gotta go. Run a conference call. Take care, everybody. See you in the afternoon. John, thank you, buddy. Thanks for popping in here, and thank you for the thumbs ups. And it's good to see you as always. We have 247 thumbs ups this morning from all of you wonderful people. Thank you all so much for stepping up for us and coming in here with thumbs ups for this channel. I do appreciate it. It helps us a lot with the YouTube analytics. Thank you all for your support of this channel. We love it. Way to go. We are now at 146.38, 146.44 on GameStop. We've paused here for a bit, and whether we're going to go lower or higher, we'll find out. This could be just a little pause, and we might drop another $2 or $3. Could be a pause down there and drop another $2 or $3. It is entirely possible. We'll figure it out. The volume on GameStop now is 1,080,000. That is a slow day today on GameStop. Just popped to 147.30, just a little higher, but can it hold it is the question. Splitter, I go now to the supermarket. If we don't read us later, have a good weekend, you all. Splitter, thank you, buddy. You have a good one. Enjoy Germany, and thanks for being here as always. Love to have you. GameStop 147.51, 147.49, 148.05. We're popping a little more. 147.5 to about 148 now seems to be the indication where we're trading on GameStop, trying to recover back up again. We'll see if it has any legs to get there. We'll find out. That's what this market is all about. AMC 1914, back over 19. Tried a little rally, helped GameStop. That's the story. 158 gain on the Dow. Now 191. We're up 191 on the Dow. Getting a little move here. We've got S&P now positive 3 points, a little move up. We've got the Nasdaq down 89, so we have a little buy program in here. We're up 203 on the Dow now. A little buy program is kicking in. See if it helps a bunch of our stocks or not. We'll see if there's any follow through to our area, or is this simply a Dow 30 big cap only rally? It might be that. We'll see. 147.96 on GameStop. AMC at 19.19, Matterport 720, SoFi 794, Rocket Lab 792. It's only down a penny on the Rocket Lab. We're only down a penny over there, so we'll see what's going on. Yeah, no problem there. Fantastic. We're sitting at 336 on ME. We're a little better, down 6.5 cents. Spire 192.5, down 3.5. ATIP is up a half a penny. Smart Rent now up 7.5 cents to 4.90 on Smart Rent. That hit a low of 4.51 when I mentioned to you guys it's kind of a bargain down here. It's now 4.90 a share, almost a 40-cent pop from the low of the day. A little better looking than this morning for sure. Pfizer down 45 cents to 54.70. A little bit of profit taking coming in there. Home Depot still holding an $8 gain. Microsoft down only $2. Apple down $1.63. Goldman up $5. $3.19 now on Goldman Sachs. Those deep in the money calls that I asked you to buy yesterday might be looking a lot better right now. We're up 2 pennies on Cisco. We've recovered. Facebook up $1, but we're down 33, down 34 on Amazon, down 23 on Tesla, and we're down 27 on Google right now. All right, 209 gain on the Dow, 340 on S&P, and 86-point drop on Nasdaq right now as this market continues to fluctuate. 147.88 on GameStop, just under this 148 level. We did hit 149.11 earlier today, but we might be running into some resistance here. We'll see whether it can break through this level and go higher, or will it back off again to the low 140s. Jersey is saying, Bruce, I have 1,000 SoFi at 14. It's not much I can do at this point. Should I just wait this out? We'll buy more when I can. Yeah, you want to do that. You could, Jersey, I mean, theoretically, you could try to write a call right now, and you could try to score a deal where you buy more stock. You're writing a call to specifically buy more shares. In the case of SoFi, we're trading at $7.95 right now. See if I can get my big ass iPad to cooperate with me. It's very slow right now. Let's see if we can get this to pop up here. Contracts. If you were to write something as far out as a January 2023 contract on SoFi, let me see what you get for these. You see, you could write a $10 call on SoFi. Now, of course, you got a $14 average, so that would be $4 below what you paid for. But you'd bring in about $1.74, something like that. You'd bring in $1,700. Buying up this stock at $8, you'd get 200 more now, and write 2 more calls right away, bringing another $350. You would have 1,200 shares with probably a 13 average. You'll bring your average down significantly. But writing 10s means you're still $3 under the water. On the other hand, if you wrote 1250s, you could bring in about $1.20 a contract, $1,200. That would get you 150 more shares. If you threw enough money in there to buy 200 more shares, you could write 2 more contracts right away to bring in another $350. That almost pays for the extra 50 shares. So you could still get to 1,200 shares and lower your average down to that maybe 13 level, and you're writing 1,250 calls. You're right in the hood here. Obviously, as a month or two goes by, these shares stay at, say, 8 to 9 to 10. Those 1250s are still out of the money. They're going to slowly depreciate. But in the meantime, you've averaged down your stock, and that's important. Again, that's just a thought. I'm just throwing it around. Some people are doing this as an idea. The other way to play the game, of course, is if SoFi wants to go back to 950, then you write the 12 and a halves. You might bring in, instead of $1.20, you might bring in $1.30, 35, $1,300, $1,350, and then buy stock at 9-ish to again bring your average down and write some more calls and play that game. But the other thought, obviously, if the shares want to go to 10, 10, 50, $11, you might write 15s, and there's maybe $1.75, $2 in premiums at that point coming in, which is above your average price of 14. You can buy more stock to get your average, under 14, maybe 13.50, and you're writing calls again at $15 and playing it that way. It's totally up to you. But Jersey, otherwise you're doing what you're doing. You're sitting and waiting, and just try to buy it up as it comes in. As you get more money, buy more. Okay. Just got 2 pizzas in the oven. Come on to Daddy. Bobby, SoFi Octobers are over $1 at 10s and 11s, says Bobby as well. There you go. So you can write shorter term contracts, bring in $1 a share. There's a couple of ways to play it. It's a question of whether you want to, do that at all. Or again, if you have any cash right now, just buy the stock. Just buy the stock. It's a never-ending contract that doesn't expire. It's the stock. All right. Way to go. Okay. The Dow is up 214, trying to hold this. We're up 6.8 on S&P. We're down 79 on NASDAQ. GameStop 147.10, actually backing up a little bit just in the last few minutes to 147.10. SoFi 796. AMC back under 19, 18.97. Cannot seem to hold the $19 run that it wants to. Now 19.02. It's just, it's really, it has no oomph. It's down 71 cents. 146.88 on GameStop now. A little drop below 147 showing up now. There you go. That's the story of the stock of this market right now. 218 gain on the Dow on a little bit of a run here. We were as low as, where am I? Here we go. We were down here on that Dow Jones to 34,491. We're at 34,833. So, we've come up 340 points from the low of the morning to be up 248 now. So we're positive on the Dow nicely, 248, 253. It's a nice positive pop, 0.71% of a gain, but the NASDAQ is down half a point at 67.9. I have to see how this works out. If the Dow falters, it might back off again dramatically, but at the moment it's having a good little pop here. The question obviously is, can it hold this little rally it's got going on right now? That is everyone's question. All right, Michael, the furthest I go out on SoFi is a week, but I write a lot of contracts. I'm sure I'll get caught one of these days. And Michael, you can always do rollovers, so you always have that option anyway. Because if you do get caught, you'll just buy back and write a month out instead of a week out, and you'll just grab a bigger premium. And there's ways. It's also still below my cost ever, so that always makes me nervous. And there you have it. But you are taking money off the table and rolling into more stock to keep it going. So you're monitoring it minute to minute, which is your secret of success. Whereas you're not, gone for a week and wondering what happened. You're on it, man. You're on it, and that's the name of the game, sir. Name of the game. 262 gain on the Dow Jones. Very, very solid gain. Oh man. Alberto, Bobby, you are writing on covered calls on SoFi at 10 that far out. And then Michael, exactly. I'm on it, Bruce, every second. I don't let this escape my attention, especially when you're short the calls. Once you've shorted the calls, you are on it with that kind of number of calls he's writing. He is really on it. But you put the time in, you get the payoff. It's as simple as that. It gets to the point for some of you folks out there that theoretically, this is just theoretically, you want to learn how to write options, but you don't want to risk a lot of money doing it. Great situation. You know what? You could take $800, a lousy $800, and buy 100 shares of SoFi. You can turn around right now and write a $10 call against that stock right now, and just say, "Hey, come and take me out at $10. I'm buying it for 8. Take me out at 10." But if you write a call option for, say, October and get $1 for it, something like that, that's $100. That means you're getting $11 a share. So your worst case scenario on SoFi is you get assigned and they buy it off you for 10. They gave you $1 up front. You've turned $800 into $1,100. Now, that's a $300 gain on an $800 investment if this were to take place between now and October. Okay? Now, think about it this way. That was $800. All right? You put up $8,000 and buy 1,000 shares of SoFi and do exactly the same trades. Your net profit, instead of being $300, will be $3,000 between now and October. Take it one step further and buy $80,000 worth of the stock and write contracts. You'll make $30,000 between now and October. This is April. That's May, June, July, August, September, and October. 7 months, $30,000. Can you live on that? Can you pay all your expenses between now and October on $30,000? If you get taken out, that's how much you make. You're going to get the $10,000 right now, the premium. You're getting that up front. You want to write till January, you're going to bring in $1.70, $17,000. You're going to bring in $17,000 instead of 10 cash. And the upside of the stock, $20,000 more. So now you're bringing in $37,000, but you've got to live past October to November, December, and January, 3 more months, but it's extra money. These are the choices people are making on option writing. In theory, you can live off of option premiums from SoFi in theory, but not in reality. You're not going to be able to write a contract good for 2 weeks and bring in $15,000 or anything big like that, unless you can write a gazillion of these things. And that's where you want to keep that in mind. However, you want to buy poor man covered calls on Cisco or on Pfizer. You might be able to buy contracts on Pfizer for like $1,200 to $1,500 a piece and write calls on those one for one. So it's more than $800 than you would pay on SoFi stock, of course, but you're now dealing with a $55 stock or $54 stock. So if you can buy $45 calls or $40 calls and put up $1,500, $1,600, $1,700 and now start bringing in a couple $100 here and there against it, pick up 10 or 20 of those calls and write 20 calls against it, you're bringing in some money here. $50,000 of cash into that kind of a program, you may well be bringing in $4,000 or $5,000 a month in premium money. That can be possibly enough money for someone to quit their day job. If there are 2 of you working, one of you might not be working anymore. Or 2 people go from 2 full-time jobs to 2 part-time jobs with this in the middle. That's a life changer. I mean, that is a complete life changer. So, I mean, yeah, I just throw that at you. All right. Okay. What else is going on here? Thank you, everybody. Yeah, Coyote, I have been writing 1 month out on SoFi, but I am considering writing leaps on the next run up. Alberto Coyote, I also have leaps, but I can't write as of yet. I believe the hedgies are waiting to pounce on us, laugh out loud. Bobby, that's my goal. Under the table cash job before age 55 is my main job. There you go. Alrighty, we've got the Dow up 244. We have Rocket Lab green up 2 cents to 795. SoFi 796 down 16. GameStop 148.65, 148.18. We're trying to reach this 149 level, but we're not quite there. We're just under it, and then we lose a buck or two. We get there, we don't. We're not hitting much in the way of new highs, although I do see 149.69 as the high of the day. 148.44 now on GameStop. AMC 1922 down now 1926 down 47 cents. Matterport 719 down 22. ME 337 down 5 cents. Spire 198 up 2 cents. Haycroft Mining 194.5 down 5.5. ATIP up a half a penny. Smart Rent up 7 cents to 4.90. Low of the day 4.51. Pfizer 54.94 down 22 cents. That's where we're at right now. The Dow at the moment holding a gain of 236, with the S&P up 10, Nasdaq down 60. That's where I'm at right here. Yodi, I just feel SoFi is so heavily shorted. My average so low that I don't really mind. Every single strike I've written has been above my average. I say let the stock take a run. Please take me out. Alberto, GameStop 170 expiring April 29, 8:45. Thanks, Uncle. Time to cross my arms. There you go. Write it, take the money, sit back, and enjoy the show. Beautiful. Michael, Bobby Ankerson, option premium is taxable income, though. Don't forget. Bobby, I know. Bobby, which is why I want an under-the-table cash job for groceries and some bills, etc. There you go. Rock and roll. Interesting stuff. We're up 236 on the Dow. GameStop is 148.52. Sort of stalling out here with a 148 drop. 148.49 down 150 a share at the moment. Michael, I got you. I know what you're up to, Dave. Way to go. We're watching AMC at 1932. We got a 2 cent gain on Rocket Lab, but we're still down 13 on SoFi at 797, 798, roughly on SoFi. Okay, there you have it, guys. That's where we're at right now. Keep an eye on this market. 148.11 now on GameStop, just a little lower at the moment. 148.11, kind of. It seems there's resistance at 149-ish, but I can't tell you if we're going to go through this or go below it. We're only got 1.2 million traded, so if we don't get volume, we're going lower. We get some kind of buying power, it'll go higher, but at 148.38 right now, we're very quiet here at the moment, okay? Yodi, I had some tax difficulties on gains I made last year. While it is annoying, I would say it's a good problem to have. There you go. It's a good problem to have. Making money. 793 on Rocket Lab, unchanged. 796 on SoFi. 797 on SoFi, down 15. GameStop 147.83 to 148, just around 148. AMC 1920 looks like we're backing off a little more. First world problems, Coyote, says Michael. Bobby, did you claim your house as an office? Bobby, offset the pain somewhat. And might be able to do that. Internet costs. Cost doing business, yes. Part of your cell phone costs might be applicable too. Yep. Check with an accountant. Check. You never know. Say GameStop 148.22 right now, 148.08. Okay, capital gain. If self-employment, I was told. There you go. Accountants 248 gain on the Dow, 12.9 gain on S&P. Nasdaq down 51, now down 49. Oil down 13 cents. Now down a dime at 95.93 on oil. Bobby, hydro, heat, internet, insurance, water, all write-offs. Michael, I just set up an LLC, so now I have to figure out how to trade in it. Right on that front too. SoFi, $8, down 12 cents, but it's back to 8. Rocket Lab, $7.97. GameStop, 148.69 to 148.73. AMC, 1930, back up a dime again. Coyote, Bobby, that is interesting. I would look into this. I know that I cannot claim internet home office for my current job, even though it's fully remote. SSG, what if you don't end up keeping the entire premium? If you buy the call back at a lower price, what do you pay taxes on? Just the gain. So if you write the call for $6, buy it back for $4, you made $2 profit, $200 on a contract. That's a gain of $200. Now the next trade, you write at 8, you buy back at 8. You don't make or lose any. It's no difference. The next contract, you write for 7, the stock goes up, and you buy it back for 9, you lose 200. So now you've broken even because you made 200 way back here, you lost 200 over here, you're even. But your stock may have gone up in value because the contract went up in value, didn't it? So your stock might be $400 higher in value, but you're not selling it. You're just carrying it as a long-term hold. Now you're writing the next contract, and that might be a $10 write. And if you buy it back at $6 a week later, you've made $400 on that contract. That's a $400 gain. If it's a capital gain, half is taxable. Depends on where you live, what state, what country, and on it goes. Okay. Just paying on the gains. My $100 accountant told me to get that info for him yesterday. SSG. Okay, cool. Thanks, Uncle B. Coyote, it's the inverse of buying a stock. You buy at X, sell at X plus what? Well, taxes on the difference. Alberto, let's not forget entertainment, clothing, travel, and so many more. My CPA is an ex-IRS agent. Get a good accountant that shares write-offs. Exactly. Learn all about write-offs. Absolutely. 148.35 on the GameStop Sofi, $8. Rocket Lab is $8, up 7 cents on Rocket Lab. Dow up 262 points. AMC 1927, 1928. Matterport is 721. ME is 340, down 3 cents. Spire up a 2.5 cents. Come on, Spire. Where else we got? ATIP up a penny. Smart Rent up a dime to $4.93. Hit a low of $4.51 today. Did any of you buy that cheap? I know somebody bought around $4.60. I believe somebody bought some at $4.60 today. Making money best we can. Oh my gosh. Coyote, Bobby, I'm definitely going to look into it. I can't claim home office since I'm not self-employed. So I was thinking maybe if I start an LLC or something like that and claim that as self-employment. Yes. Coyote, I admit I know very little about taxes. Parents never did them, so I became an adult. I was so confused, laugh out loud, still learning. Right on. Check with a tax professional. Absolutely. Find out how it'll work. You may find that some of you are finding already that if you set up an LLC and talk to your employer and find out, hey, I want to work as a consultant. I don't want to work as an employee anymore. I don't want you to hire me. I want you to hire my LLC. Now, some employers are very flexible, very eager to help you. Others are absolutely not interested, don't even want to talk to you about it. They are just simply interested in you being a full-time slave to them. So you may have to change, systems. It all depends on your situation. Some of you may find that if half your income is coming from option writing and you're making your regular income from work, and you can now quit that job and become a consultant, either for them or somebody else, you may, 1, now be all inside an LLC. 2, being a consultant instead of being an employee, you may find that talking to company number 2 or 3 or 4, you make more money per hour as a consultant than in a full-time employee. All of a sudden, you're going, oh my God, I'm making more money than I've ever made before. I'm making option money with Bruce. I'm doing this work over here I used to do for this much, and now get this much for it. It's inside an LLC with all these great write-offs. My net tax income is way lower. I have way more money in my pocket. My corporation is paying tax-free a bunch of the bills around here. Holy moly macaroni, my life has completely changed out. I'm never going back. Welcome to 2022, kids. Why are people quitting their jobs in droves? 4.1 million people quitting every month. Here's a reason right here. Yeah, taxes, LLCs, consulting work, self-employed, yes. Michael, same Coyote, trying to figure out LLC part of it right now. I'm trying to look into it right now. I can't help you with it on a personal level because I'm not a tax guy. I'm not in America. I'm in Canada, and I'm not an expert up here either. So yes, you really need to do some digging on this. And this is where a really good accountant comes in handy, because these people do not fear the IRS. They know how the IRS works. They're within the rules, but they'll tell you that there are so many write-offs available to you. You have no idea. There are so many deep in the IRS playbook, and you're just following the rules. And this is how you get ahead. Pay less out. There you go. Goody, Michael, good luck on it. I'm a bit scared to start, but I know it'll be worthwhile. Yeah, it's risk-free, because you don't have to set it all up until after you analyze it with your accountant. If you get the right accountant, they'll say, well, if you do this, this, and this will be your situation going forward. So let's compare last year or the year before for your earnings. Last year, you made this much money, and you did this much trading, and you did this, and you did this. But if this year, you're going to make this much money inside an LLC, you're going to trade in an LLC. This could be your tax situation. Just this move alone might be so lucrative for you that it pays for the accountant, pays for the LLC, and still makes you more money net to you. How can you not want to do it? It's absolutely there. And it's legal. It is legal. Cindy, yes. Get a trader, accountant, specialist. SSG, Alberto, are you willing to share your accountant? Laughing out loud. Gary, well, the entire concept of a personal accountant is wild to me. It's, the corporations are loved by governments, state governments, county, city, federal. They love corporations. They hate people. People get no breaks, but governments do. Companies do. Companies get the breaks. And why don't you be a company? Just become part of the party. Just join the party. Anyway, there you go. Coyote, Cindy, that's a good call. I will look into that specifically. Cindy, you can write off your accountant also. That's right. That's right. You can write off your accountant as well, off your gross income. You don't pay income tax on that expense. Pretty good stuff. This is the secret to success. Way to go, guys. Look into all of that. Lots of potential there. We are now up 240 on the Dow. GameStop is 147.75. SoFi back to 793. Rocket Lab back to 798. So a little pullback going on right here. Gowdy, that is wild. What the hell? Yeah, absolute potential is incredible. If you can write off a portion of your rent or mortgage, property taxes, insurance on your apartment, your goods, your house, your fire insurance. You can write off utilities to a degree, all off the gross income of your LLC, which is your income from a job that is now inside an LLC on a consulting contract, and your trading profits. Your expenses are gross deductions before tax, corporate tax. Then the corporation has a net profit from that. Then it pays you, and you decide how much to be paid by the company. You might find that, well, since I don't pay all the bills anymore, my company pays a portion of my rent or my mortgage and my car payment and my car insurance, my licensing fees, my maintenance. I get to write off depreciation on my car. I get to write depreciation off on my computer that I'm using to trade, my phone, my iPad. I'm writing all this off gross. I don't need to pay myself $65,000 a year to get by. I'm going to pay myself $30,000 a year to get by, because the rest of the money I need to live on is being paid by the corporation at the top level, tax-free level. The entity now has a much, it paid those bills, it's paid you, there's X amount left over, the company is, quote, made. It pays a corporate tax rate. Now, some of you are in states that have no state tax. on corporate income up to the first $250,000 or whatever the number is. It's all different. There's 50 states, 50 rules. But if you don't have any corporate income tax on the state level, only federal tax, and your as far as the federal government is concerned, your entity is so puny, it doesn't make $5 million a year. Even if you clear 30, 40, 50, 100,000 after paying you your salary, the tax on that is way lower than on a personal level. There's the key right there. Now you have a situation where you're going, well, okay, I paid myself $30,000 this year. My tax rate went from 40% down to 20%, or from 38% down to 17%, because I'm only paying myself $2,500 a month. My tax rate is shrinking. Matter of fact, I'm paying my kids $10,000 a year each, or $15,000 a year each as well, charging them rent. You see what I mean? So you got two kids getting paid, mama's getting paid, you're getting paid. There's the $70,000 a year you're bringing in, but it's now divvied up into all these small chunks. Everyone's a tiny little stock taxpayer, and the entity has these write-offs. This is the name of the game, man. This is what it's all about. Here we go. Cindy, then pay yourself and put in a Roth and trade tax-free. Coyote, my girlfriend was self-employed for a few years. Doing her taxes, I'd write off everything because she was a home office. I'd get so mad because I couldn't do that for my job, even though I was remote. So I need to get that done before next tax year. Coyote, it frustrates me so much every year. Littlefoot, thank you for this donation, by the way. Just got 100 shares of SoFi in my TFSA. Trying to figure out how to buy or sell these contracts. Wish me luck. Right on, buddy. Can be done. Alberto, I do have an S Corp under Al's Headaches Incorporated, so it might be a bit different. Rob, a Littlefoot, check with your broker. In my TFSA, I can only write call contracts against the stock. No poor man covered calls or puts, unfortunately, but against the stock, I can write calls. Bobby, here's your free tip, Littlefoot. You probably need a margin account to spend red money. That might work too. Again, look into it. Right now, the Dow is up 212. We've got Rocket Lab at 794, up 2 cents. SoFi 792, down 20. GameStop 147.31, a little lower now. AMC at 1906, slipping a little more. Matterport 716, ME 337, Spire up a penny at 197. ATIP up a penny to 181. Smart Rent up a nickel, 488. Pfizer down 12 cents to 55.04. Watching a lot here. And thank you all for your commentary. And Littlefoot, thank you for that donation. Appreciate it, man. It's great. Helps keep me on the air. I appreciate all of you, and wish you nothing but mega success. Writing options, making money in the market, learning how to make it and keep it from the tax man by setting up LLCs, S Corps, whatever you got to do. Talk to a professional. That person, talk to them and say, look, I have a day job, but I work from home. I'm thinking of becoming a self-employed consultant instead of being an employee. I'm also trading and bringing in capital from option writing. I want to do this inside a corp. What kind of corp should I do? How should I do it? I'll have to open up a bank account for the operation, obviously. How do I pay myself? How do I do that? This is what you want a professional to help you with, get you set up. Now, it might cost a little money up front to get it going, but in the end, the professional should be able to show you sort of a comparison. Do it this way without any changes, or do it that way, and here's the difference to you, net, net, net. And it might well be that the tax savings alone, just rearranging your life a little bit, might more than pay for the entire cost of the LLC, the banking charges, the accounting charges, everything. It might make a huge difference. And now the next difference is, can you get yourself self-employed through an LLC of yours, either through an existing arrangement you have with your employer, or find somebody else? In this remote world in which we live, I think you have a field day on your hands right now, and you may well find that you get 50% more money than as an employee versus being a consultant. You may find that your corporation gets double the money you can get because it's a company selling itself, not a person. It really is. For some people, it's mind blowing what's been going on here. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you all. Michael, you can run more than one type of business under the same LLC, by the way. Rob, I'm going to interview some accountants, and if they don't say net in the interview process, they're not being considered. Exactly. That's exactly right. Don't get turned off if you get one accountant going, oh, I don't think you can do that. That doesn't sound legal to me. You got the wrong accountant. You got the wrong person. Shop around. Interview a few of these people. See what's going on. You may find that you can do a Google search in your area, and you may find that in your area there are several accounting firms that have websites up that are already showing what they're able to do for you. And check them out and send them an email. Arrange maybe a session from home where you just do a Zoom little session with these people and let them sell you on their services. They've got to deliver to you the goods. It's not like you're desperate for them to help you. They're desperate for you to hire them. You're the boss. Remember that. Alberta, also transfer profits into an IRA account. I have an individual and IRA, which I use. Love this FN group and the real life discussions. Now it's time for Sofi to rip. There you go, Coyote. All of this makes my head spin much more than the options. Agreed, says Michael. Alberto Coyote, he's laughing. Michael, but I also didn't understand options 2 years ago. So an old dog can learn new tricks. Rob Coyote, yeah, but remember how you felt about options when you first started watching Bruce. Farmless, I don't make enough to do an LLC, and I work for a union, so no consulting. I envy you guys working the system, though. There you go. It's just a question of making it work. That's all. 147.19 on GameStop, down a little lower now from this 148 level. We seem to be backing off in stages here. Bobby, some stocks got a hold of a green crayon for lunch. Michael, woof, woof, Scott, who bought Spire today? Coyote, Alberto, 100%. I love this group. I've learned so much here that no adults ever taught me growing up. This channel is seriously invaluable to me. I'm so glad to hear these chats from you guys. Lowered volume at Sofi today compared to yesterday. Yeah, that's going to be tough to keep up 110 million a day unless there's a corporate breakout story. 792 down 20 right now. Rocket Lab 798 up a nickel. The Dow up 215. GameStop 147.67 here. Once they're up to 147.94. Let's see what's going on. Alberto Coyote, exactly. Rob, okay, GameStop, you can go to the 130s now. Come on, you know you want to. I'm glad a lot of you are learning a lot from this channel on these kinds of topics. It's not what I specialize in. I'm not a tax specialist. I'm not a write-off king or guru or anything like that. But if I can get you scheming and get you thinking and get you talking, comparing notes, and then, you make your email solicitations, you make a phone call or two, you visit with a professional that's in your town, or some of these consultants, they're like you. They're independent consultants working inside their own LLCs. They know what they're doing. They're helping hundreds of clients with LLC tax strategies, and now they're going to add you to their flock. You want that kind of an accountant. That's who you want. Rob, Uncle Bruce, and the chat have opened my eyes to all kinds of things I didn't know were even possible. LL thumbs ups for Uncle B. Thanks, you guys. I really appreciate it. As I say, I'm just trying to get you to open up your, showing you the world that's out there. It was amazing to me when I was 15 and my dad showed me the world by telling me, read this book, Canadian Establishment. Why don't you read this? Just read it. Take a month. You don't have to read by tomorrow. You're not a fast reader. I know you don't read books. Kid, I know you. You like to ride your bike and go roller skating on weekends. Read this book when you have some time. Read a chapter a week, whatever. I started reading this book and I couldn't put it down. I just went, holy crap. I couldn't put the damn thing down. It was so incredible. Then I reread. I'd reread chapters. I'd read a chapter. I'd read the chapter again. Then I read some lines again. I read paragraphs again as I was absorbing this stuff. It was incredible to me. The eye-opening taking the blinders off as a 15, 16-year-old kid and seeing, oh, here's where I am. Oh, that's what the world is like around me. Over the horizon, that's what they're doing. Oh my God. I thought I knew it all. I thought I was such a smart ass. Uncle Bruce, I originally sold GameStop for 11 for 100. I sold 11 for 100. I bought back at 52. I then rolled for 54. Expires 128. If I buy it back for 50, I would take a loss. What would I do? Okay, I'm trying to figure this out. I wrote 100s for 11. Then I bought back the 100s for 52. I then rolled and sold for 54 the 150s, expiring 2023. Now, if I buy it back for 50, I would take a loss. What would I do? Am I getting this? I'm trying to get this. I'm old. I'm creaky. I'm old. I'm working it. Hang on. I'm just going to check something now. I'm checking. There we go. On my big ass iPad, it's firing up. Just give me a second. 150s. Okay, move up, Bruce. Move up there. Okay. Okay. So your 150s are $48.05 to $53 approximately bid ask, right? Okay. And you wrote the 150s for 54. I'm guessing, right? All right. Okay. So they're 140, the 48 to 53, $48 to $50. Okay. So what you're looking for is continued depreciation. You don't need to do anything right now, Zed. Here's the thing. The thing is this. If the shares were to drop $10 a share today in value, just theoretically, your calls would be trading at the same price that the 160s are trading for right now. They're $10 further out of the money. You've got 150s. The 160s are bid $44.95. Call it $45. That would be $3 less, right? Today. All right. Now, a week from today, all of these contracts will be at least $1 lower, maybe $1.50 lower each time depreciation. They'll each lose $1, $1.50. But if 2 weeks from now, a week from now, the stock drops $10, these calls that are now $48 bid that you have will probably going for about $40 to $41. So you're going to see $6, $7 more dollars come to you as time goes by. Time is your absolute secret weapon in your back pocket. Now, you wrote for 54. You can buy back for 41. You're up $13 on the rollover trade, right? Remember, you brought in $11 on the first right, didn't you? And now you rolled to 150. You moved up $50 in strike price. That's $5,000 on a contract to you. You're not getting bought out at 150, by the way. You know that. I know that. You're not going to get assigned. But you're certainly not getting assigned at $100, are you? You're not in those hundreds anymore. So you moved up $50 a share by going into 150s. That's smart move number one. Now, smart move number two, time is going by. The stock is coming off, sitting at 147.20 right now. This contract is out of the money. This is all premium. The $48 bid is all premium. And as the shares slump, so will the bids, obviously. And as the day goes by. Now, next week is a short week. It's a 4-day trading week. So a week from today, another set of contracts expires, bringing these contracts closer to expiry every week. 2 weeks from now, these contracts will have seen 3 contract expiries going on. Today's, next week's, and the week after. You're going to be looking at this call around these prices for the stock. This call is going to quickly go into the high 30s, 37, 38, $38 a piece. That doesn't sound like a lot, but it's $16 in the money for you, $16 gain for you if you buy these back at 38. Theoretically, you don't have to though. Now, the end game here would be, can you buy back these calls going forward at a price where you can write a new call that is closer in time at a lower strike price for just as much money? Right now, you can't do it because the contract is 150 and the stock is 146.50. It's too close. We need the stock to drop another $10, $15, but it could do that Monday or Tuesday. We could be at 130 a share on Monday afternoon, Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday. If your stock is at 130 on Wednesday, this contract is 20 out of the money now. All right. It will be trading around the 32, 33 level, maybe 30 level. At that point in time, you may be able to write a 140 contract for October or June, July, for the same price that this 150 will cost you to buy back. We'll be watching for that. All right. That's the game plan. That's the big picture. Right now, depreciation of the stock and the passage of time are working in your favor big time. And fact is, the stock wants to stay over 150. You'll get taken out at 150, and you don't have to buy back that call. You get to keep the 54 bucks you brought in. Now, you paid 52 to get it, and you got 11 originally, so you've got $13 of cash in reality in your account. You got the original $11. You added $2 more to your account. You got $13, $1,300 for a contract is sitting there. If you buy back this call for less money, then you'll keep more of that net money, of course, right? Because you sold for 11, bought for 52, sold for 54, right? So there you go. You sold for 65, bought for 30, 52. There's the difference. Now you need to buy these back. Well, the lower these go, the cheaper they are. And you're going to do a rollover. That's the end game. Another rollover eventually. No pressure right now to do it. Let this thing keep coming your way. Hope this makes sense to you. AZ, I don't see much, but that's exactly why I'm here. I've learned so much lurking around. It's crazy. Also learned a lot from the classes I've gotten so far. Right on, buddy. Right on. I'm glad you're here. I'm really glad to hear this. Brandley, I'm 24. I got 23,000 bucks in SoFi, hoping to net big in the future. I'm adding about 400 pounds a month to this thing. Whack. Don't stop. Just don't stop doing that. Just keep nailing that sucker. Buy this stuff every chance you get. Which book? The Canadian Establishment by Peter C. Newman, written in 1970, 71, 72, somewhere back there. Bobby gave my son Stocks for Dummies to start his journey. Stocks for Dummies. There you go. Cindy, you still have to get an accountant, though. Yes, you do. Paul, 2 heads are better than 1. 3 heads are better than 2. Having a close community that you can trust is important to success, says Paul. Thanks, Uncle Bruce, for bringing this community together. Right on, guys. Bobby, I'm sure he hasn't read a page yet of Stocks for Dummies. That's the thing about what my dad did with me. He gave me this book, and he said, I just want to tell you something. And I'm thinking, you want to tell me something? I'm listening, because the old man, I had a lot of respect for my father. I wasn't one of those smart-ass 15-year-olds who thought I knew more than he did. I knew better. I knew he knew way more than I knew. So he said to me, I want to talk to you about something. I'm going, okay, what's up, Dad? And he handed me this book. And he just said to me, I just finished reading this book. And I didn't know if I'd enjoy it or not, but I really liked it. I really liked this book. And the more I read this book, I think you're going to like this book. So here's what I want you to do. Whenever you want to do, read this book and tell me what you think about it. Whenever you want. You want to talk to me about a separate chapter or part of the book or the whole thing, it's okay with me. Because I know you're not a reader, because he knew I didn't really read books. I was a reluctant reader in school. I was terrible in English. I was awful in spelling. My grammar was ridiculous. He said, and if you can't understand something, let me know, and I'll try to explain what the guy is saying. Because this is a business book. It's a book about business, and you might not get it all. So just come on to me, and I'll try to help you out. Oh, okay. What have I got to lose? So I was reading this book, and I would ask my dad a question or two from time to time, and I'd read some more, and I would talk a little bit about chapter whatever, or talk about a certain person in this book or a certain company. And it was just an eye-opener for me. What I found was after reading this book probably 5 times over the next 3 or 4 months, because I reread many, many parts again, and again, because I found it so fascinating, I started reading the newspaper business section. Because I would see my dad would get the newspaper delivered to the house, and I'd open up the business section. After Dad finished reading the paper, I could do whatever I wanted with it. So I'm looking at the business section, and there are these companies in the business section that the book was talking about. I'm going, okay, what's this? And all of a sudden, I'm reading these business articles about these companies that I've been reading up in this book, and I'm going, well, that company is run by so and so. And he's a director of the TD Bank of Canada. And this company deals with that company and is part of a holding company, part of that guy. And all of a sudden, it's all coming together for me. I'm 16 now, 17, I'm 18. And it's all coming together for me. But I can't write very well. Don't read incredibly, although my reading is quickly improving. But I'm understanding the business world. I'm beginning to pick it up. But I also realized you can't go to university for business. You're not getting in. You don't have the grades. You don't have the grades in high school to get you into college, university, to do this. There's no. But I found this as a fascinating read, and I did it at my own pace. And then what I started to do was I started to read Fortune magazine. I started reading Business Week. I'd find a copy of the Globe and Mail newspaper, which is Canada's national business newspaper. I'd start reading that thing. The Financial Post, I'd start reading that. And I find old copies of these newspapers, 2 days old. They'd be around, whatever, and I'd read this stuff. And I'm just reading business, and it's just. I go back to the book going, what was the name of that company in the paper? Oh, yeah. And I go to the index of the book and I find, oh, yeah, go to page number so-and-so. And oh, yeah, there's that story about the creation of that company and who ran it and how it happened. It just worked for me. And so I was talking to my dad about it. So when I eventually became a stockbroker and a VP of a brokerage firm, branch manager, all that stuff, my father was just so pleased that, oh man, this kid has really taken this to another level. And he doesn't have a university degree in this business. And he will never get one. He will never get one. And when I tried to become a broker, no one would touch me with a 10-foot cattle prod. No one would take me on. You don't have a university degree in business, we can't hire you. We have, the firm's policy is we don't hire anyone to become a stockbroker unless you're a university business graduate. And I'm going, well, then you're missing the best people that you could possibly get. Well, how do you figure that? Because I'll work harder than any university grad. I'll work double as hard as that guy will because I'm a sponge. These guys think they know everything because they've got a university degree. And the managers will go, you're right. Is I got guys here that my head office made me hire, and they're saps. They're absolute wastoids. You are the only one walking in my office begging me for a job. You want in so bad, and I can't hire you. And I ran into that for months. Months I ran into that. Would never stop. I never stopped. I kept hitting every damn brokerage office's doors to get an appointment, to get a meeting, to get a chat, to get someone to give me a break. And I would have taken any job. I would have taken any job to get in there. But couldn't get anyone. I took the securities course, passed it, had the securities course in my hand. I'm able to be licensed now. I've got the securities course. Still couldn't get hired. I didn't stop. I made it. Rob said you're in for $41 on your original right, but you're now 50 ahead on the strike. That's true. I'd wait it out. There it is. That's what Rob's saying. Zed, if you're worried about the time, you can take it back and try to move to a closer in date. Yeah, right now I'd wait it out. Rob, but go down and strike. There you go. Zed, Rob, if I do roll down, I would take a massive hit. I feel I'm stuck with these two contracts. John, farmers, you are correct, but maybe you have a side hustle such as selling plants at the farmer's market. Just a suggestion. Bobby, my side hustle is pizza delivery. Easy, $400 a weekend. Scott, Bradley Horsel. Oh, wow, you are all set. John, Bobby, thumbs up. Psychotropics. What book. Thanks to the Canadian Establishment. That's right. Rob, the Canadian Establishment by Peter C. Newman. Bobby, grades. You mean your parents cannot afford to grease to get you in? Yeah, you got it, says Zed. Rob, Zed, at this point, you're just trying to get out of the contract with minimal loss or a small profit if you can swing it, but it may take you a couple of weeks. Thank you, says Psychotropics. Bobby told my son to take a year off before thinking about college. Go get a dirty job until you figure out what you really want to learn about. Wastoids, love it, says Rob. Wastoids. I tell you, I saw so many. After I got into the business, and I was a broker. The first firm I was with was a bucket shop. It was kind of like Wall Street, Wolves of Wall Street. I was in a shop like that. That's how I got into the business. And I'm looking around going, oh my God, there are some sharks here. There are some brilliant salespeople, but there are some real nasty bastards in this place. But I ran a professional book. I would not let my clients get too exposed and too overextended in spec stocks. I really took it easy. And then after a year and a half, I had my exit strategy all set up because I had my license now. I had my clients. Now I was looking for a firm to take me on, and I got offered an opportunity to become a partner in a small brokerage firm, brand new brokerage firm, to become a partner in the company. I jumped at the chance and took my book with me. And I was the receptionist, the desk trader, the salesman, and the back office guy all at once with a partner who did the same. And he taught me the business from the back end. Now I learned the stock market from the back office to the front office to figure out how it worked for me as a salesman versus the back office over here. I learned the business. And my next stop after that was a desk trader at a national firm and broker. Then it became a broker only. And then I joined another firm as a broker, and then came back to the national firm as branch manager, knowing all the back office stuff, all the paperwork requirements, all the margin requirements for the house, not the clients, the firm. I knew how to run a brokerage firm because of my partnership that I had. That was my college degree right there. That's how I became more valuable and more hireable by any firm that I wanted to join at that point in time. But I was willing to work and willing to learn rather than be a prima donna thinking that the world owed me a living. It's not the way it's going to go. Interesting stuff. It really was. Credit Savage. Uncle Bruce, I'm trying to buy back a GameStop April 22 $90 cover call and roll it into an October 115 as I get a $33 profit, but it's being quite difficult since I can't ask or bid since Robinhood will only let you go market value. What are your thoughts? Yeah, so Credit Savage, the secret here is you've got to buy your call back as a separate transaction. You got to cough up the money to buy the call first, then put the stink offer in. First of all, you got to put a stink bid to get your call back. Then you put the stink offer in to write the new contract. These are two separate trades. Don't deal with Robinhood on a rollover. No way. You're doing your own rollover, but you have to budget it. That's the secret, because it could save you $500 a contract, $700 a contract between spreads. That's how you're going to do it. Rob, in the 70s, 1,000 men formed Canada's unelected government, invisible, inbred, secretive, puritanical, and tough-minded businessmen dedicated to preserving the status quo, their status quo. There you go. This is fascinating and factual account. We see who had the power, how they achieved it, how they held onto it, and how they used and abused it. Scott, drink water, eat veggies, take a walk. Rob, that's the sales pitch for the book. Sounds interesting. Yes. It's a great piece of literature, and he did a number of revisions. It was a bestseller for years, and changed my life completely. Changed my direction. My best friends had no interest in this book at all. I'd be talking to them about it, and they'd go, "Yeah, whatever." Do you think Debbie's going to be at the dance on Friday? And these guys were had no interest in this. Great guys, super guys, and I was friends with them until I moved out west. But I went a totally different direction in business because this was the way for me. And oh, my dad was he was tickled pink about it. He really was. He really loved the fact that I was open to this. He was right. His hunch was right. He says, "I think the kid's going to like this book." The two daughters that he had, they wouldn't be interested in it, but the kid, the boy, he's gonna react to this. This will be interesting to see how he reacts to it. And oh, it just opened up everything, and it was pretty cool. It was great talking to Dad about it as well, because my father, as a traveling salesman, was all over Ontario as a traveling salesman. And he was in Toronto all the time. He had to go to Montreal all the time. He was in the cities a lot where these companies were headquartered and where these 1,000 guys ran the country. He knew all about it. And he was studying it as I was studying it. There was a symmetry there. It was great. And none of my other friends had any kind of relationship like that with their parents. None of them. But my dad and I were tight. We had a pretty good relationship. It was wonderful. Really cool. All right. What else is going on here? I'm not sure what Rob is saying here. Paul, I went to college because I thought it was my only choice to find success, and I never took the time to figure out what I love to do. I realized that you need to find a mentor and really try to figure out what you have to do. Talk less and listen more. Exactly. Be a sponge and learn. And that's what I did in the brokerage business. I got into that first brokerage firm, and I figured out pretty quickly in that office who's who in the zoo here. And I realized there are certain guys that you want to start talking to, and you want to pester them and want to absorb from them. And I worked my butt off in there. There was no way they were going to let me go for being a lazy so-and-so. I figured out very quickly, you want to become an indispensable part of the team as quickly as you can. And I did that wherever I went. As quickly as I could, and wanted to be a contributor, not someone sucking out of the company, but giving in, making the firm more valuable and more successful. That was the secret, man. That was my way. Anyway, how are we still at 1.3 million on GameStop volume by midday? Wow, we're going to drop hard, aren't we? 147.32 on GameStop, down 268 here. Not a lot going on right there. We're up 244 on the Dow, I guess. Sexter is 12.95, down a quarter. Rocket Lab is up 3 cents to 7.96. SoFi 7.93, down 19 cents. GameStop 147.32. Going nowhere fast at the moment. See how this all plays out. There we go. I'm gonna say, let me pop that over there and get this to redo. Okay, the as I say, the Dow is up and S&P is up 9.6, and Nasdaq still down 75 points. Has not turned it around. And here is a headline here on Market Watch: big pay raises and chance to work from home drive record job hopping. There you go. There it is right there. Some folks are job hopping within corporations. Many people are going into the gig game, and that's their own LLC, S Corp, C Corp, whatever one works for them. That's where they seek professional tax advice, and they go on the consulting side only, and they work through a corporation only, and they've realized, oh my God, I can write off expenses, number one, before I pay tax, which I can't do as an employee, and I can get more money too. So if you can bring in double or triple the gross, then write off from the gross, then pay yourself, your wife, your kids, set up the IRA, the whatever. People are going, what am I doing? Why didn't I do this 10 years ago? What the hell's wrong with me? Because you had no idea it existed. You didn't know. You didn't know. Why does every lawyer have their own LLC? Why does every accountant have their own LLC? Why do doctors? Why do so many different people have their own LLCs? Plumbers, electricians, they all have their own corporations. Welcome to the party, pal. Time to be a day trader, an option writer. at home in your own LLC. If you want to have a day job on the side or as your primary source of income, great, but do it as an with an LLC. Don't be a sap and be the guy on a payroll. My God, that's the worst thing you can do with yourself, especially when you're 10 years into your career. You know so much now. You're at the top of your game. This is when you're supposed to be making the most money. Well, why don't you make the most money as your own boss? Hello. Welcome. All right, guys, I got to say goodbye. It's 3 hours, 24 minutes into this show. You guys need naps. You guys are tired. Thank you for joining me today. So far, we're up 246 on the Dow, and we've got GameStop at 147.05. Let's keep an eye on that. I'll join you at 3 o'clock today, and we'll finish off this week and this option series and see where we're at. Let's see what's going on. I used to talk to a janitor. He did not work under his own company working for Superstore. He would explain that he doesn't have a driver's license. His company owns a car. I believe if you own a house and are renting, do it under an LLC. Paul, Uncle Bruce, what do you think it's going to take for Spire to move from 190 to 2 and into the 3-4 to getting recognizable government contracts? It's only a matter of time, Paul. It's only a matter of time. Rob, see you later. Bruce, thanks for sticking around for the fun here. Bobby, cops pull him over. He handed them a record of employment. I wish I could nap. Oh, the credit. Here's the beauty about LLCs and having your own business. Business credit cards, you get money back from the IRS and thousands of points to travel for free. That's right. Thanks, Uncle B. You got it, AZ. Hope everyone has a great day. Rob, have a nice weekend, folks. If we don't talk this afternoon, make some money, folks. Right on, Betty. And everyone else who's been here. Thank you all so much for seeing me today, hanging out. Appreciate your kind words and your stories too. We'll catch you this afternoon at 3, and we'll finish this thing off. Vernon, take care, buddy. Credit Savers, have a good day. Uncle Bruce, I'll watch you later. And Bobby, yes, we'll catch you later as well. Thank you, Bobby, so much for all that. I'll see you at 3 o'clock, and we'll try and get you richer. How about that? All right, see ya. Bye for now.